1027 WNEW, New York.
Hello. Broadcasting live from beautiful Midtown Manhattan, where on a clear night you can almost see the Reagans celebrating 50 years, while Nancy remembers the good times. It's the Ron and Fez Show, and I'm your announcer, Joe Pooh. And now let's introduce your hosts, the guys filling up New York's reservoirs with laughs. Here they are, Ron Bennington, Fez Whatley, radio's water boys. Ron!
Fez.
Ron and Fez!
Hi.
Everybody come see the greatest show. Gather up all juggalos and roll. Everybody come see the greatest show. Gather up all juggalos and roll. Down to the ground, get your ass out the way. Here we come. He's bringing this back to go Indian style. We got Creep Show. Creep Show. Some people don't like these.
Oddities.
Some people would love to.
Oddities.
If you think it's too good for us, night show freaks let me out. And I'ma whip smack your cheeks. Come on.
Hey, buddies. Got it up, buddies.
Buddies, it is the Ron and Fez Show. Let's open up the phone lines, 877-692-1027. I'm Ron. With me, as always, the man who's ready to whip, snap your cheeks. It's Fez Whatley.
Hiya. And I'll do it, too.
He's in that mood. He's ready to throw down. Monday night. We had some snow flurries tonight, Fezzy, and it almost looked like winter for a second and then went back to spring.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there at all. I know my little nephew was up from Florida. He wanted to see snow. It snowed.
Didn't know what he was talking about.
That wasn't snow.
Oh, gee. Shit on me. 7 to 11. Prepare for the gentle sounds of the reef.
The Reef. Not far off from the island.
After you've been on the island for some time, swim out to the reef.
Spend some time on the Reef. Ron and Fez.
Maybe some jokes will come snorkeling by. Feel the sun on your back. No hassles on the reef.
Just relax. Lay out on the Reef.
Sometimes chicks from with bikinis are on rafts hanging around the reef. No hassles, no fights on the reef.
You can still see the island in the distance.
Sure, the island's there.
As you enjoy the Reef.
I saw Opie go by in a paddle boat, Fezzy. Enjoying himself. Anthony was snorkeling on the reef Thursday and Friday night.
Mm-hmm. And enjoying the Reef.
Stinky went by smoking a joint in a small canoe. A dugout canoe that he made himself. The reef, there's life teeming under the water on the reef with Ron and Fez.
Plenty of life on the Reef. Sure, the island will have the luau's and the parties.
Sure.
But when you want to relax and end your day as the sun goes down, enjoy the Reef.
Sure. You know, the island might have the nice real estate, but they also get all the hassles, Fez.
Mm-hmm. The traffic, the hubbub, the hustle and bustle.
The bosses don't even know there is a reef right here under the surf.
It's our secret, the Reef. Your little radio hideaway.
Literally no one knows about the reef.
Let's keep it that way.
Like you have to tell them. Not one of them has enough balls to tell somebody else they listen. It's the reef. Maybe we should start one of those formats, just the reef.
The soothing sounds of the Reef.
At work, at home, or in the car, you're listening to the Reef.
Sit back, relax. Dangle your feet in the water.
Sure, the warm tropical waters of the reef.
Here on the Reef.
Smoke some reefer on the reef. Anyway, there's the Ron and Fez Show. be with you until 11 o'clock. Just hanging out tonight.
877-692-1027 is the toll-free phone number.
Hey, Grayson, you're on Run of Fez.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi.
buddy.
Hi, Grayson.
Buddy.
Welcome to the Reef, Grayson.
Oh, thank you so much.
Just relax.
Oh, this is great.
And enjoy yourself
Smoke a nice bowl
on the Reef.
on the reef.
As we rub your shoulders with humor and warmth.
Hey, Fez, could you get me another frosty tropical drink?
You got it.
I'd like to drink this one out of a pineapple on the Reef.
What can we do for you, Grayson, here on the Reef?
I'm just calling. I'm actually calling from D.C. I get you guys down here on tape delay.
That's nice, isn't it? That way you get the Reef in the middle of the night.
Yeah?
Oh.
As you're sleeping, put on the easy, soothing sounds of the Reef.
As we like to call it, the Reef under the stars.
Exactly. So
Night dive at the Reef.
Oh, yeah, hold on one second. I'm on the phone!
All right, you're just messing up the Reef.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Who are you screaming at?
I'm a mom.
Yeah.
Most of our listeners live with their moms. Some have basements with separate entrances that they brag to girls about.
They couldn't afford their own apartments on the island.
No.
I work for you and I live with my mom.
They come to the Reef.
Well, yeah, I guess.
The other bottom feeders.
We like to say most of our listeners either live with their mom or 8 of their friends. All right, Grace, and we're done talking to you.
Oh,
Okay?
thanks a lot. Just saying what's up from D.C.
Yeah, right.
All right, buddy!
What?
Stop screaming to the soothing sounds of the Reef. Later today, we may parasail over the Reef. Right on the outskirts of the island, in the shallow water.
Or just ride around on some very slow, quiet jet skis.
Here comes Billy riding a banana boat.
That's not a banana boat. That's his uncle. All right, this on the instant feedbacks. Al Dukes is making a sand sculpture of Earl's taint.
That's big.
That's going to
Only
take a lot of
here.
sand.
On the Reef.
Build a sandcastle, work on your tan, whatever. You can do it all here on the Reef.
On the Reef. Just outside the island. Hi, Courtney. You're on Run Fez.
What the hell is the reef? What are you talking about?
Why is your name Courtney?
Cox.
Hey!
Oh, just because you like cocks don't mean your name is Courtney, my friend. All right.
I like it when a guy doesn't scream at you or call you names. He just
All right. Now,
growls in anger.
the guy sounds 40. It's the first time anyone busted his balls about being named Courtney.
Right now he's shaking his fist at the radio.
Damn the Reef!
Sometimes you'll get shredded on the Reef as you fall off your surfboard and hit the coral underneath.
Be careful of the fire coral.
Sure.
Burns. Here comes Al Dukes. He's going for a dive. He's up, he's down, he's up, he's down.
Remember, just 1 hour after the 6 o'clock queef, you can enjoy the gentle sounds of the Reef.
From the queef to the Reef.
It's pretty.
With Ron and Fez. As Al Dukes gently massages Earl's taint with rich cocoa butter.
Hey, Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, are we serving snacks on this reef?
Sure.
What do we got?
Whatever you want.
Well, I was thinking those pineapples wrapped in bacon. They're always nice on the
Those
reef.
are good. Stuffed with a delicious chicken salad.
You'll only get them here on the Reef. There's no hassles on the Reef.
Where are we supposed to get pork out in the ocean?
One time, Ronnie and I went to a awards banquet, and they served us chicken salad inside a carved pineapple.
Yeah.
And I ate mine, downed it, and asked Ronnie for his, downed it, because we thought it was the appetizer. It was the whole meal. And I had eaten Ronnie's lunch. And Ronnie had nothing.
But the shell.
That's just some of the amusing stories you'll be hearing here on the Reef.
Reef Anecdotes. Stories from the Reef by Ron and Fez.
Earl Douglas +2 on the Reef. Only on the Reef.
Reach out and touch someone on the Reef.
Hey, Jersey Dan. You're on Ron and Fez at the Reef.
Hi, Jersey Dan.
Hello, guys.
Yeah.
I was wondering, on this reef, will my big-ass card number get me any percentage off at the food buffet or the bar?
Yes, sure. There's all kinds of deals on the Reef at the surf shop.
And what we've done is we've taken several big-ass cards and made them into fans, where you'll be cooled by half-naked island boys.
That's your thing, isn't it, Fez? Half-naked island boys.
It all depends on which half, here on the Reef.
Robert, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Robert.
Hi. I have a
Slower,
question.
please, Robert. Slower.
We try to take it slow here on the Reef, not the hustle and bustle of the island.
Okay, slower. My question is, are there any black people on the reef?
Well,
White people are so scared of black people. White people are so scared of black.
so no. We wouldn't risk that.
The Reef is all about harmony.
Right.
How can you have that with so many races?
Yes, the island is big. Yes, it's strong. But sometimes, Fuzzy, it's volcanic.
Mm-hmm. And it will erupt. Where can you find safe harbor?
Yes.
As you pull your kayak along the Reef.
Yes, the island is a beautiful place, but sometimes they throw fat boys down the volcano there.
Oh.
And we don't want that for us.
No.
So we're just on the outside where there's no trouble.
And all that hot lava. That'll ruin your day.
And if you get burnt by hot lava, we'll be the aloe vera plant for your scars.
Hey, Pete,
Ow.
Pete, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Pete. Welcome to the Reef.
Floating around the reef, and a jellyfish seemed to have attached to my testicles. Quite painful, but I'm calm. I'm calm on the reef.
That now we're starting to sound like one of those relaxation tapes. And let's make up one of these things for Jeremy Coleman so he can listen to the Reef and just go, I want all my shows to be friends. I want all my shows to be friends.
On his coconut headphones.
Why can't they all be as friendly as they are on the Reef?
As they are on the Reef.
Where everyone gets along and no one has a curse word to say to anyone.
Everyone wears a T-shirt that says, don't hassle me, I'm local, on the Reef. Look who's swimming by, Fez.
You're making us feel bad. We're in the back office. You're making us feel bad.
Just 1 hour after the 6 o'clock queef. Join us at the Reef.
Stop making us feel bad. All
We're
right,
happy out here.
why don't you help me with the theory here?
What do you want?
All right, here's the deal. We need to be an island.
Mm.
That's obvious.
Sure.
But we get along with you guys.
There's always a reef around every
But
island.
you guys are bigger than a reef.
Maybe we're
Like
a finger island. One of those little finger islands that go off into nothing.
Could you be
Perhaps a jetty.
Could you guys be like
jetty.
another island and we have a good ferry system?
Oh, okay.
How's that?
Then the water between would be brackish.
Brackish.
If you want, I'll send the ferry over to your island. Fez, head over to the island and get supplies. Again? We're sending the ferry to the island.
Help me out here.
Hello.
We're an island, but we like you guys. You guys are an island.
We'll be
Ferry system.
We'll be like the Dominican Republic next to Puerto Rico, where they're on the same island, only they're starving.
And I know your island has some volcanoes too.
No.
Yes.
We would never throw fat boys down the volcano and let them burn.
Look, man, we love you guys. We just feel like that we have to be an island for a while.
Hold on, Jeremy's saying, boy, get on my shows, get along. It's a good plan. It's a good plan. It's a good plan.
When we overreacted, we kind of forgot.
That's okay.
About you guys.
We're very happy at the Reef. We've been the Reef before.
But
We'll always get here through the bad storms.
The Reef is sturdy. It's made up of shipwrecks.
Right.
But you guys are an island.
Yes, we are. We're an island underwater.
No, you're not.
We're Atlantis.
Sinking.
We're Atlantis.
No, you're not the island that's sinking, my friend.
Oh, jeez.
It's the island that's a little south of our island. You're north of our island, if you know what I mean.
We're just the reef.
I can't see that from the reef.
Sometimes, when you get a bad sunburn, swim out to the reef.
And let the cooling waters of the reef soothe you.
Sometimes there's treasures under the reef. You never know.
Are you going to take this personally?
No. Plus, we know Anthony gets drunk and always comes out to the reef.
Exactly. He paddles out.
You guys got chicks?
Yeah. All right.
Plus, we can always push around Eddie Trunk on Friday nights.
The buoy.
Yeah, the buoy.
He's the buoy?
The buoy.
As in Baba?
He's the heavy metal buoy.
That old jag.
Yeah.
All right, well,
All right, buddy.
don't make me feel bad as I listen to you guys on the way home tonight, like I always do after our show. Because I
Isolate
like listening
that.
to the
Isolate
Ron and
that.
Fez show.
Isolate it and try to get the crazy reef music out of it.
They are
Always.
so wonderful. I enjoy their hilarity. That music sucks.
It's actually relaxing. I'm thinking people are probably driving off the road right now.
Just asleep at the wheel.
Because you start listening to this and you're thinking, yeah, do I have pot?
Let's work on the island ferry thing.
Okay, ferry. We have a ferry ready to go back and forth.
Because, you know, the problem is we don't know where your island's going to be located 3 months from now.
Right. The reef moves.
Well, okay.
There's
maybe
shifting sands under the water.
Maybe that makes
Erosion.
sense. All right. I'm sorry.
All right, buddy.
I don't have to fight anyone, do I?
No, not this time. Just try to keep her all ready for the next fight.
Good luck.
Try not to take his head out of it.
Bye.
See you, pal.
I'm swimming away now.
There he is. He's paddling away. There goes Opie.
On a pontoon.
Bad news, Fez. We found out that Rich Voss just drowned.
Oh, no.
Caught in an undercurrent underneath the reef.
Trying to get to the island.
John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, John.
Oh, good evening, gentlemen.
Welcome to the reef.
Thank you. Don't touch the man beef on the reef unless you're Al.
All right.
See you.
Heaven forbid there be a new listener tonight who's not going to know what the F is going on.
No. What the hell's this reef thing? Hey, what was the island? Maybe we could be that island from Pinocchio.
Oh, yeah.
Remember where the boys
bad boys.
Yeah, the boys turned into donkeys. Was that Paradise Island?
I think it was Paradise Island. Which is also where Wonder Woman lives.
Remember how scary that was when you were a kid, when they started turning into donkeys? You flipped the F out.
The ears would grow, the tails would come out.
Hey, Justin, you're on Ron and Fez.
How are you, gentlemen?
Yeah.
So relaxing to be at the reef.
It really is
Isn't it
relaxing.
nice?
There's no fights here. Even Opie is nice on the reef.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it is? It's the soothing waters and gentle sun.
The calm waters that just caress your body. They don't pull you down and drown you.
Yeah.
Must be. Anyhow, you talk about treasure. I think the only treasure you'll find is under Billy Staples' man boobs, maybe some barnacles. And you talk about snacks.
Yeah. What is it, Justin?
Well, you talk about snacks. I hope we can get some French bread pizza. Is that a possibility?
I'll eat some. Starving.
We'll have the waiter bring some.
All right, Joe, why are you shaking your head no?
I don't know.
Don't be a pussy.
I don't know. Maybe she's got a girlfriend.
Really?
Yeah.
What do we know?
I don't know. Maybe she's banging chicks. I don't know.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing like...
All are welcome here on the reef.
Fezzy, is there stories I don't know?
Seems like it. Seems like Joe Pooh knows something the rest of us don't.
Right.
With his comments
Joe.
and his queer quirks.
Let me tell you this, Joe. Get banished from the reef and you're drowned. There's nothing but deep, deep water.
I'm already on the sandbar and the tide's coming in.
There's no dry land for miles. Hundreds of thousands of miles.
Hey, Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Tom.
Hi. Hi, Ron.
Yeah.
Hi, Fez.
Hi.
Hi, Joe Pooh.
Hello.
I was just curious to know if there's true. Is James Taylor going to play his new hit, Up on the Reef?
Up on the Reef. Very cute. Hey, Anthony. Anthony, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Anthony.
Hi, guys. Reef card holder number 1.
Hooah. Hooah. Very quiet. Hooah. Hoolah.
Hula.
Hoolah.
I want to know if Forelli is allowed on the Reef.
He's a little loud for us. He's on his own reef.
That is some reefer madness.
He's mumbling and stumbling and going 100 miles an hour on the reef. Here's Caroline.
On the reef, we need him to go 10 or less miles per hour.
Hello?
Caroline. Hi.
Hi,
welcome
Caroline.
Hi.
All right, honey. Thank you.
Good night.
The most peaceful show on WNEW. It's The Reef with Ron and Fez.
The soothing sounds of Ron and Fez's Reef.
We literally just stay off from the island. We mind our own business. And listen to the bullets fly over our heads.
And hope that our own precious ecosystem is protected.
I'm hoping to sink a barge later, Fezzy, and grow coral on it.
And add to the reef.
What the hell do you know, Joe, that I don't know?
I know. Why do you keep making faces at us?
What's the Lesbo story? Something I should know?
No. Just crazy talk. I tell you everything.
You've gone mad from the sun here on the reef.
Hey, Lauren, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yes, ladies, gentlemen.
Yes.
Can I grow my hydroponics on the reef without having to lose time?
Sure. Legalize pot on the reef.
Well, only hydroponics, because I need the best quality.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren. Another guy with a girl's name here on the reef, where all are accepted. Right, Courtney?
Sissy's going to be calling us next, Fez.
Is he?
And Amy, the cop.
I love him.
Hey, Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Jim.
Hey, how you doing? I think your island should be like the one in Lord of the Flies.
Unfortunately, we're all piggy.
Yeah. We will take Fez's glasses later.
And then you could smash him with a rock.
And then Joe Pooh's going to be the one we mistakenly stab, thinking that he's a monster.
Hey.
We do that anyway. Here on the reef.
What could be more relaxing than a day on the reef?
Just lay out. Let the soothing waters caress your body.
Waters.
Caress your body.
Now I'm thirsty. Thinking about waters gets me thirsty. Alan, you're on the reef with Ron and Fez. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Reef card holder number 2.
Hula.
Hoo-ha, thank you.
Hula.
Oh, I forgot. Hula.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to ask, is there a Reef 2 where everything's zany and crazy?
We hope. Someday.
I'm praying.
Yeah.
On the exact opposite side of the island?
I like to see the reef surround every island.
Nothing but friendly faces and kind words greet you here on Ron and Fez's Reef.
You saw Opie snorkel by. Even he doesn't feel the need to drown the Frenchman 50 feet underwater when he's playing in the gentle, gentle breezes of the reef.
Feel like a child again. Or just feel a child again.
Fezzy will teach you to feel a child again.
Here on the reef.
Josh, you're on Ron and Fez. On the reef. Oh, God, that better be water. That better be water, you sick bastard. Josh, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, fellas.
Hi, Josh.
One of the side effects of listening to the soothing sounds of the reef and the soothing waters is that it really makes me have to pee.
Here on
Let
the
it
reef.
flow.
Oh, man, I just let it flow.
Let it flow. It's the
Remember to tap it.
The whizzing sounds of the reef. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering if there's a bowling alley on this reef.
We're not going to let you drag us into that, John. Do you understand how the reef survives? By not being pulled into those games.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's a fragile ecosystem. I think that's been explained.
My bad.
Where all living species live in harmony, synonymous with one another.
Hey, Christian. Fletcher Christian. You're on Ron and Fez at the Reef.
Hey, guys. It's Cartman.
Why didn't you put your name up as Cartman?
Or did our drunk phone screener at the bar?
I wanted to know if there's Sweet Melissa moans all the time.
At the Reef? She moans like a siren, bringing your boats closer and closer till you're crushed on the rocks of the Reef.
Don't let her shipwreck you.
Fezzy, look who's snorkeling by on Ron and Fez's Reef.
The continent of Atlantis was an island which lay before the great flood. I am no longer the heckler because we don't heckle on the reef. I am just Heck, collecting shells, walking among the white sands, snorkeling in the blue seas, looking at the tropical fish. The reef is about the love, and the love of the Ron and Fez show. The reef is such a great and wonderful place.
Thank you, Heck.
I am proud to be a part of your little reef.
Where you can just say the heck with it.
The heck with all your troubles. You can listen in the office without worrying at all. No hassles on the Reef.
Ron and Fez's Reef.
Danny, you're on Ron and Fez's Reef. How are you?
I am good. Is Bob Ross the painter on the reef?
Bob Ross is a little too rowdy to be on the reef.
Is he?
Yeah.
He'd have to be told, hey, calm it down a bit.
Yeah, stop screaming, Bob. And do something with the hair.
And besides, he's dead.
He's decaying on the reef. I swear I'm still seeing new shows. And even now that he's dead, he's more exciting than when he was alive. He moves more.
They put a brush in his hand, he could still paint those effing trees.
Let's make a friendly tree. And then we'll just put a friendly tree here. Teresa, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, Teresa.
Hello, gentlemen. Or should I say, hola, gentlemen. Or,
Yes.
What I wanted to know is, what are the natives called on the reef?
Same as everywhere else, it's the N-word.
Mm-hmm.
No, we are called reefers.
They're called reefers.
Yeah, we're just reefers.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should have something a little more creative.
What do you want then?
We were thinking parrot heads.
No, like, reeferostians or something funky.
That's funky. All right, thank you, honey. Stupid girl.
Please go back to the island.
Yeah. No, don't even bother. It'll crush us, Hawk. Hawk was going for the stupid girl song, but not on the reef.
No.
That's island stuff, because it's too aggressive. We're just the reef.
Right, where you have friendly natives come up to you and just say, stupid girl, stupid girl, stupid girl. In slight whispers.
Fernando, welcome to the reef.
Welcome, Fernando.
What's up, guys? Car holder 1519.
Hula, hula.
I've got a great idea. Why don't we use Black Girl's big head as Wilson for the reef?
Wilson!
Willie! I'm sorry.
Black girl's head, come back! Well, Black girl's head, what are you looking at me for?
We'll do it with a basketball instead of a volleyball.
Hey, Dan, you're on the reef with Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. Reef card holder number 3.
Hula, hula, hula.
Hula. Hey, I wanted to know if on the reef we could have a Fez roast. You know, like a pig roast, a little apple in Fez's mouth.
All right, Fez has feelings, too, okay? He's a person.
Besides, I ate those apples earlier in a delicious Waldorf salad.
Just crushed it. Hey, Ron. Ron, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Ron.
On the reef.
No, I'm just saying hi to my partner, Ron. Hi, Ron.
Hi. How are you, Fez?
Muff diving on the reef.
Will we be muff diving? We normally do that Friday nights on the reef.
Okay.
Lights out party. Well,
lights are out.
We'll have Ice Cream Girl there, Nurse Myra, Helena Joy, Sweet Melissa with just little shells over her breasts.
All the girls of the Reef.
And whenever we find out what's going on with French bread pizza, I don't know, Fez. Joe keeps things from me.
There's nothing going on.
Well, what are you telling me a lesbo act for?
And why do you keep winking at Ron and Fez? Wait, I'm Fez.
Should we send Rory out of the room?
No. There's nothing
Rory,
going on.
leave the room for a second.
There's seriously not
Everyone
going on.
leave the
What
room.
are you telling
Joe
me?
has to tell us
Rory,
something.
get out of the room. I want to hear what Joe has to say. Because you're stopping him. What is it? What do you know?
What do you know about
French bread pizza. Nothing.
All right, no, this getting into it. I'm not Fez. I'm not everybody's girlfriend. Do you have information?
No.
Because I'll stomp on you if I find out you have it and I'm not
I
getting
don't
it.
have information on the Reef.
Look at me right now. We dropped the Reef bit. What do you know?
I don't know anything.
Okay. Come back in, Rory. Hey, Paul. Paul, you're on Manifest.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering if on the Reef, if a fan wants to run up and give Fezzy a hug and kiss, if he'll give it to them.
You got to understand, Fez wants Amanda hug and kiss. Amanda hug and kiss.
Oh, I see.
Nothing personal there, Christy.
Nothing personal at all. Fez loves the solitude of the Reef.
He can't be touched. Your touch on Fez is like acid on his skin, no matter who you are.
Realize that. The human touch is like burning acid ripping through my flesh.
That's not personal.
No, that goes for everyone.
It doesn't mean that he doesn't like any particular acid. It's all acid that freaks him out.
All acid burns.
Here's, Mike. Mike, you're on Manifest.
Hello, Mike. Welcome to the Reef.
Aloha. You know, this brings to mind the Blue Lagoon, and I'm wondering which one of you fellows is Brooke Shields and which is Chris Atkins.
We're all Brooke Shields on the Reef. We're all preteen Brooke Shields.
Which one of you then is Mila Jovovich from Return to Blue Lagoon?
All you have to know is none of us have hair on our ponies on the Reef. We're all gentle little girls splashing around.
Splashing around in innocence.
We'll take a break. Although the whole show's a break. When listening to the Little Reef, away from the Big Island, it's Ron and Fez.
Ron, Fez, 1027, WNEW.
N-E-W.
Amendola! Amendola! Thank you, Billy.
Well, you've heard that for years on radio and television. It identifies
Amendola.
Exactly, Amendola's Fence Company, famous as the Fence People since 1961.
Thank you, Billy. Shop early during their preseason sale. It's going on right now. As the weather turns cool, the deals... Amendola. Stop it, Billy. The deals heat up.
Don't worry about the weather.
Amendola.
Amendola has full-size displays in their warm indoor showrooms.
Now you can...
Amendola.
Billy, I'm telling you right now to stop.
Amendola.
Billy.
Annoying. Whether you choose one of their award-winning
Amendola.
fence styles in custom wood, ornamental aluminum, or maintenance-free PVC vinyl, you can be certain that Amendola's quality and value is unsurpassed.
Amendola.
Nobody knows more about manufacturing and installation of fencing than Amendola's.
Amendola.
They can stain your new custom wood fence for you.
Amendola.
Stop it, Billy. Also, in one of their standard colors or custom color that you can provide. Stop it, Billy.
For more than 40 years and tens of thousands of fences, Long Island's choice has been Amendola's Fence Company.
Amendola.
Why not make Amendola's your choice?
Amendola.
1-800-BUY-FENCE. That's 1-800-BUY-FENCE.
Amendola.
Or visit them on the web at Amendola.com. The Fence People.
Ron and Fez. Frequency 1027 WNEW.
Kick it back. We're Ron and Fez.
It is the Ron and Fez show. Hey, Fez, you're getting a lot of electronic mail sent our way.
Weird.
Asking about the Jesus Was Way Cool song. People were digging that.
Jesus way cool. King Missile.
Yeah.
Played that a while back.
I told Al to book the guy on the show who does that song. John something. I'm trying to think of his name.
Yeah, no, I've been talking to the guy. I started talking to him and stuff, and I'm going to book him.
All right,
I thought we
great,
told
so-
Al to.
Yeah, well, you know, he just doesn't know how to
John
do it.
Hall, that's
yes.
his name.
Yes, I've been in contact with him.
But that song was so great. And then some people started sending me other stuff. He's got a lot of cool stuff. King Missile. All right, here is the Jesus song. What's the name of it? Jesus is
way cool.
Yeah.
Jesus was way cool. Everybody liked Jesus. Everybody wanted to hang out with him. Anything he wanted to do, he did. He turned water into wine. And if he wanted to, he could have turned weed into marijuana, or sugar into cocaine, or vitamin pills into amphetamines. He walked on the water and swam on the land. He would tell these stories, and people would listen. He was really cool. If you were blind or lame, you just went to Jesus, and he would put his hands on you, and you would be healed. That's so cool. He could have played guitar better than Hendrix. He could have told the future. He could have baked the most delicious cake in the world. He could have scored more goals than Wayne Gretzky. He could have danced better than Baryshnikov. Jesus could have been funnier than any comedian you could think of. Jesus was way cool. He told people to eat his body and drink his blood. That's so cool. Jesus was so cool. But then some people got jealous of how cool he was, so they killed him. But then he rose from the dead. He rose from the dead, danced around, and went up to heaven. I mean, that's so cool. Jesus was way cool. No wonder there are so many Christians.
All right, that's John S. Hall.
All right. Not to get confused with the other John Hall.
Right.
From Hall & Oates. Jesus was way cool. King Missile.
Jesus could have run the 100 9 flat.
Jesus was way cool.
See, why doesn't the Pope just talk this way? People, we actually probably would have more Christians.
Right. Jesus was way cool. He could have done impressions better than Rich Little.
Jesus is that cool. Jesus could sell out Las Vegas 52 weeks out of the year. The big room and the little room. That's how cool.
That's so cool. Jesus would have been a better NASCAR driver than Richard Petty, the king.
Jesus could have won the Daytona 500 every year and never hit the wall. Jesus was way cool.
Jesus was way cool. He could have been elected to a third term as New York mayor. Nobody does that. Jesus is way cool.
Jesus could have always been the guy who walks up to the table at a bar and talks to the 4 chicks for you and all your buddies. That's how cool Jesus is.
Jesus was way cool.
Jesus was way cool.
Jesus was way cool. He would have never been voted off Survivor.
Jesus would have won every single Survivor. That's how cool he was.
And
that's so cool.
And been invited back to win again. Jesus was way cool.
Jesus could have been a better carpenter than Bob Vila. He could have parted Britney's legs faster than Justin Timberlake. Jesus was that cool.
Jesus could have built a computer that never crashed. Jesus was way cool.
Hey, Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah. Jesus would have won every single WrestleMania. He would have headlined it, beat everybody.
Jesus would be running the NWO right now if he wanted to.
That's so cool.
That is so cool.
Jesus is way cool.
He could have slammed Andre the Giant.
He would have won ladder matches.
He would have powerbombed Yokozuna. Jesus was way cool.
Way cool.
Jesus could have played baseball and hit a home run every time. He was way cool.
Jesus could have batted 1,000. with 650 home runs. Even when they tried to walk him, he'd still hit it out of the park. Jesus was way cool.
That is so cool. Jesus is way cool.
Jesus could have hosted the Oscars better than Billy Crystal.
Jesus is way cool.
He could have made a better grilling machine than George Foreman.
He could always pick the winning lotto numbers and always find a parking space.
He could talk to more dead people than John Edwards.
Jesus is way cool.
Jesus would have been a better actor than Jack Nicholson. He could have played every part in one movie. Jesus was way cool.
Jesus could run a 2-hour marathon. Jesus is way cool that way.
There's Jesus. Now let's lay down and wait for everybody else.
Jesus would have been bigger than the Beatles.
Jesus would have always got your pizza here 30 minutes or less.
Jesus would have made a better Ali than Will Smith did. Jesus is way cool.
Hey, Danny. Danny, you're on Manifest.
Hi, Danny.
Yes, Jesus is so cool. He'd get all the shows on NEW on one island.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That'd be so cool.
Jesus was way cool. Evan, you're on Ron Fez. How you doing?
Hey, Evan.
So cool, he could have convicted O.J. I don't know how he would have done it.
Jesus would have been the greatest prosecutor of all time.
Jesus could have made that glove fit. Jesus is way cool.
Joe, you're on Ron Fez.
Charles Sawyer, the lawyer from Little Neck. Joe Poole would have gotten beaten by Jesus.
Jesus would have been the best boxer ever. He would have been able to win in every single weight class.
And Olympic and professional.
Brian, you're on Ron Fez.
How's it going?
Yeah.
Good, Brian.
Yeah, I just want to say, Jesus is so cool. He'd win the hot dog eating contest at Coney Island every year.
Jesus would have been the best hot dog eater of all time. And when he ate his hot dogs, it would have been the roll and hot dog together. Not these guys eating the hot dog, eating the hot dog, eating the hot dog, then roll, 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 roll. Jesus eats hot dogs the way it's supposed to be eaten.
And probably would have put relish on them. He was that cool.
And sauerkraut. Jesus was way cool. Andrew, you're on Manifest.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, Andrew.
Jesus never would have gotten Whiskey D.
Never. Jesus stays hard. And could actually get off 3 times in one night. With 2 chicks. Jesus was way cool.
Way cool.
Hey, Larry. Larry, you're on Manifest.
Hi, Larry.
Wait, Jesus is way cool. He didn't have to wash his car, just make it rain.
He would make it rain, and then his car would be just perfect. Plus, Jesus would always drive a Jag. Jesus was way cool.
That's so cool.
Wait.
Jesus could Vogue better than Madonna. Jesus is so cool.
Hey, Ken, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that Jesus is so cool. No matter who else was on the show, he'd always be the center square on Hollywood Squares.
Then people could say, I'll take Jesus to win, please, because Jesus is way cool.
He'd always be the secret square, too. Jesus is way cool. And if you put him on other game shows, Jesus would always know the exact price down to the penny of the Price is Right Showcase Showdown.
Sure. Jesus would always know the prices. And he would have never got sued by his beauties.
Jesus is way cool.
Hey, Ben. Ben, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Ben.
Hey, Jesus was so cool, he would be able to find Osama.
Jesus would be able to hunt down Osama like it was nothing. Forget bloodhounds. Jesus would be able to track anybody, anywhere.
And find them immediately. He was so cool.
Johnny, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Johnny.
Hey.
Yeah.
Jesus would have helped Monica Lewinsky lose weight with his Sweat into the Scriptures videos.
You know, Jesus would make everybody forget about Richard Simmons, and then fat ladies would be crying saying, Jesus help me. Jesus help me. Thomas, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Thomas.
Hi.
Jesus was way cool. He could last longer than 5 pumps.
Jesus was way cool.
He could go all night long and longer. Jesus is way cool. Jesus could have made his disciples the ultimate boy band. He was way cool.
We'll be right back. That's Ron and Fez.
Ron and Fez.
You're scaring me. Stop it.
1027 WNEW.
Welcome back. We're Ron and Fez on a Monday. Ron Bennington, Fez WNEW with you.
Just hanging out. Hey, Jimmy. Jimmy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
What can we do for you, buddy?
I was just wondering, guy's name is John Hall. Did he write Detachable Penis?
Yes, he did.
He did. That's what I thought. His voice sounded real familiar.
Yeah, very, very funny stuff. Some people have been sending me some other stuff by him, too.
Great.
Thanks.
You guys rock.
All right, so it's John S. Hall, right? With the S in it. That's how he wants it. We're trying to get him on the show real soon. Lucia, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Lucia.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. I'm just calling to tell you guys to stop playing with Jesus' name. You guys you're being sarcastic in some way.
How are we being sarcastic, honey?
You're just calling his name in vain. You know, Jesus is so cool. Jesus is so big.
All right, now wait a minute. If you're saying Jesus is so cool, how's that saying his name in vain?
Because you're saying it in a sarcastic way. It's like you're making fun of, you're making fun of him, and, That's all.
Now, how would that be even, A, we weren't making fun of him, B, how would that be in vain? What does in vain mean?
Are you a Christian?
I'm a Catholic. That's one up from being a Christian.
Okay, so do you read the Bible?
Are you a Catholic, honey?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so then you should know I'm in. It's done. It's all taken care of.
Listen. Do you read the Bible?
I don't have to read the Bible. I have a priest do that for me. Then he blesses me, and I'm completely in.
Listen, can I talk? Please?
Yes. Yes.
It's written in the Bible that thou shalt not call the name of the Lord thy God in vain.
How was that in vain?
Because you are.
In vain is if you say, God damn it, that's in vain, right? But to say Jesus was way cool, that's a whole different situation.
Do you understand that, Oluchi?
I don't.
Now, here's the other thing, Oluchi. Are you a priest?
No, I'm not.
So go to your priest and you say, I think I probably know more than you. I should be the priest. I should be running things.
Yeah, right. Is that what your priest tells you to do?
No, my priest says I am in. I'm a Catholic. It's all taken care of. That's the beauty of being a Catholic.
Oluchi, I don't understand. If you say Jesus would be the best at anything he did, how is that taken in vain?
I don't know. You just.
All right, let's suppose this. Let's suppose Jesus came back, right? And he decided to run the 100-yard dash, right? He decided, who would beat him?
No one.
Thank you very much.
There you go.
Because he was that cool. Now, let's say this. Let's say Jesus decided to get a sitcom on TV, right?
Okay.
When he comes back, he goes, I want to have a sitcom. Could Friends beat him?
No.
No, everyone would be watching Jesus.
All right, let's suppose Jesus came back and he wanted to play the guitar. Who would be better?
He will be better.
Thank you.
I'm not disagreeing with you. You just being sarcastic.
What is sarcastic about it? Honey, here's Lucia. Were you born Catholic?
That name is so powerful. You don't say it, just however you want.
We should whisper it. He should be like the one who can't be mentioned, like Voldemort.
Now you mentioned him.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to get off the phone now.
Now, Lucia, answer me this. Were you born a Catholic?
No.
All right, see, I was. You're a convert. I'm a born Catholic. There's nothing that can get you in heaven better than being a born and raised Catholic. I'm already taken care of.
To get to heaven.
Please.
You can be an Anglican, you can be a Pentecostal.
Then why go to Catholic if I'm going to be surrounded by Africans and Pentecostals? At the very most, the Catholics will have their own section. Really nice section.
Okay.
You hang with the Africans and Pentecostals.
Enjoy the rest of your show.
Alucci, what were you before you were Catholic?
Sorry?
Yeah, I know, you were that. What were you before you converted to Catholicism?
You had a plate in your lip.
What's that?
Anglican.
Anglican.
What the hell's that, Fez?
You should ask your priest. He would tell you.
Sounds very Protestantish.
Yeah.
No, go to your priest and ask him.
I'm not going to ask him. I would never ask my priest. I heard him.
So ask your mom. Ask someone.
I'm not going to ask anyone.
That's breaking a different commandment. The killing one.
Thou shalt not ask thy neighbor.
You're very funny. I'm going to get off the phone.
Why, honey?
Just have a little respect for that name.
I want you to... What did we say was wrong other than Jesus was way cool? Tell us one thing that we said that was wrong. If Jesus,
enjoy your show then.
But hold on. If Jesus was a baseball player, who would have been able to strike him out?
I agree with you, okay?
Could Nolan Ryan throw a ball by him? Never.
No. Because Jesus was way cool.
And the other thing, Lucia, that you got to learn if you want to stay Catholic, don't start on the originals, okay? You're just a convert. We can snatch that right away from you again.
Funny.
You know what I'd love to see?
I'm going to get off the phone now.
I would love if she would put the plate in her mouth and then bounce up and down with those breasts going back and forth. I love that.
That's a great film.
I can't hear you.
I love that.
You love what?
Now, here's another thing I want you to do, honey. You like music, right?
Yes, I do like music.
You do? You enjoy music? Here's a song for you, okay?
Okay.
All right. Here's a song.
Thank you.
I want you to sing along with me. She was kind of sexy.
For the whole plate thing, sure.
I want everybody to know this, and converts as well. You can't tell a Catholic they're not going to heaven. That's an automatic deal. We're guaranteed. We're in.
And she's missing the whole cool angle, too.
She missed the whole cool thing if she's saying someone's cool is taking their name in vain. But I do dig the plate in the mouth thing. I don't know what it is about that. It's sexy. That and any kind of earrings that pull the earlobes way down.
Those earrings and the neck rings that pull the neck real high.
That's hot.
Yeah, that's a good look. It makes her throat look like a crazy straw.
So sexy. And any kind of face scarring, where you're just sitting there with a needle and just scarring up the face.
Sure. Poking holes in yourself. Right across your cheekbones.
And what's sexier than in Africa when they cut the cleat off?
Oh, yeah. Female circumcision. Huge there.
For me.
All taken care of in one tidy package.
Did you come? You made sure I couldn't. Oh, yeah. I forgot. Then I will.
Eight 877-692-1027.
Hey, Paul. Paul, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
I just want to say F. Alicia Keys and that last caller, by the way, because Jesus would have won every Grammy.
Easily.
Because he's so cute.
He is so cool.
Every Grammy, especially the gospel categories.
That goes without saying. Actually, in all the rap categories where they're thanking. Hey, Christian, you're on the Fez.
Hi, Christian.
14668.
Hooah! Hooah!
I just want to say, Jesus is so cool. With him, you never have to make a beer or a liquor run. You just get some water, make it right into wine, beer, Jägermeister, whatever you want.
I know, that would be so cool.
See ya!
When you go, do we have any more beer? And Jesus to go, turn on the tap.
There's your beer. It's a beer tap now.
Thank you, Jesus.
And they're both cold. Both those faucets are ice cold.
Hey, Stella, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Stella. Stella!
Hello.
What can we do for you, Stella?
Hi, Ron. Hi, Fez.
Hi.
How you doing?
Be ready with Stupid Girl, Hawk, just in case.
Yeah. It's not Stupid Girl.
What do you need?
I just wanted to tell you that I want to fight that girl that just called up talking about it's sarcastic. What's sarcastic about it?
What was her name? Oluchi?
Yeah, something stupid. I bet she speaks French.
She's a convert. She doesn't understand the full Catholic religion. She doesn't understand that you're getting in, Fuzz.
And she's new on this continent.
And she has Discovery Channel teats. Love that. It's hot. I like them long and thin. When they hit the knees.
National Geographic, old school.
I love a woman who keeps their hair close to the bone, just right up against the skull. I want to just see little dots there. And I love any woman that can sleep while she's crouching. You ever see how they do that? They'll get down like they're catchers and they'll take a nap.
And just for some reason, hair bathed in red clay.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I think that's why Bono's hanging around Africa all the time. He loves those women.
Big fan.
Hey, DT, you're on Manifest.
Hi, DT.
How you doing, buddy?
DT, you're on Manifest.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Yeah.
Go ahead, pal.
I just want to say how cool Jesus would be if you all were partying together, like really hard. and you OD'd, he'd bring you right back.
If he wanted to, sure.
And he doesn't get drunk.
Here's the thing, he does that for people all the time.
Yeah.
Pantera says that he loves any woman with a bone through the nose, yeah. Anything.
Good luck.
Any kind of self-scarring.
Right, beyond the piercing into the mutilation.
Yeah.
Self-mutilation, it's got to be.
Wow. Self-mutilation. A woman who self-mutilates.
Is there two prettier words?
I know. Honey, I'm home. Wait a minute, have you been self-mutilating?
I wanted to surprise you.
I want a woman that can put big, like, light bulbs in her ears if she needs to.
That's way cool.
Especially if they work.
Sure. Like little spotlights. That would actually take my mind off her long breast.
As she trips over them to greet you at the door.
Hey, Scott. Scott, you're on Fez.
Yeah,
Hey, Scott.
Jesus was so cool he could have resurrected his limo driver after he shot him.
Oh, obviously, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's no problem.
He could have stepped in before the guy got shot. Any of it.
Yeah. No problem. It's too messed up that he can't step in. He'd been a great friend.
He could have jumped in at any point. He could jump in now if he wanted to.
And he wouldn't be in a limo. He'd run everywhere.
He could take a limo if he wanted to.
It would be the best limo.
He could be in the Pope Mobile, whatever he wanted to do.
But he'd never hit any traffic.
He'd part it. He literally would... What was that gulp? Was that you, Joe?
I'm sorry, I'm an idiot tonight.
I just hear this.
Don't
what
get
the
your
hell
gullet away from a microphone. You belched earlier, you ass face.
Oh, you heard that.
I have headphones on.
Hey, Pam. Pam, you're on Fez.
Hi, Pam.
Hi. Hi, you guys.
Hi.
I'd like to know what the prejudice problem is with you guys.
What prejudice problem?
I would like to know why a black woman calls in to talk about Christianity, and then when you guys are having conversation with her Christianity, somehow the conversation goes to her being African.
I'm sorry, Pam, I didn't hear you. What?
I said, I would like to know why when a woman calls to talk about Christianity...
Honey, you gotta turn your radio down. I just hear some other station.
Turn on the radio.
I'm hearing some other station you're playing.
Something's bleeding through.
All right, you guys, I want to know why. When a lady...
Okay, Pam?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
We're having a little trouble hearing you over. You're playing some music or something.
No, it's another cell phone, I think.
Okay.
Oh, is that what it is?
No, we're trying.
Yeah.
We're trying to listen to you. Something we did made you mad?
Yes, it made me mad that this woman calls to talk to you guys about
Well, she
was calling you to tell you...
Yeah, she thought we used the Lord's name in vain.
Yeah, that you were making fun of Jesus,
well,
right?
What did you think?
I didn't care that she was making fun of Jesus. What I thought was that... Come on, you guys, I'm stopping my
Pam,
car, okay?
I can't even. I can barely hear you.
I'm sorry about that.
Is there?
That's okay.
Are you
Just
using
listen.
Are you using a cell phone?
Yeah, but I stopped the car.
I know
Alright,
O&A were having some technical problems earlier.
You guys, so this woman called.
I'm trying to get your point. You had a point, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how it goes from that to she's black to the mutilating of how you guys go into about being African.
All right, something cut out there.
Something happened. Do you saying that they're Africans are mutilating?
No, you guys, how did you go from the subject of her talking about Jesus and all that to talking about Africans and being mutilated?
Oh, you mean like a segue? You don't understand how a segue works?
No, I understand how a segue works, but it sounded really prejudiced.
Language.
Please.
All right, well,
You're trying to have a conversation here.
Pam, you understand we're on the radio and you can't use the F word, right?
Fine, but I have news for you. I am not a stupid girl.
But,
I know
honey,
what I
that's
heard.
coming through your cell phone. You even told us.
No,
something
that was
is
you
going
guys.
on there.
Something's bleeding through.
Something's bleeding through. But why does that give you the reason?
You're so funny. You know what? I got news for you. You guys are just mean. You're mean people. What you did was not right. On the radio. No one's approaching you for any deals. I wonder why. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I miss her.
Yeah. How do you get a plate in that lip?
I wouldn't even wait for her Prozacs to jump in before I started that.
Wow.
That was hot.
Nice nutty girl. That's cool.
Nothing like a crazy girl.
It tastes so good.
Yes, it does, honey.
Sure.
It does.
It tastes so good.
Hey, why are we getting in so many fights tonight? I thought we were the friendly Reef.
We were supposed to be the calm, relaxed Reef, where you could get away from your troubles, get away from aggravation.
My thing with that other lady is I can't understand how people don't realize that the Catholics have a definite in. You are in. And then I love it when they go, I'm a Catholic, do you read the Bible? No. You don't have to read the Bible, not if you're Catholic. That's something hillbillies do. Catholics, we have an organization set up to take care of all that. And then we advance completely on into heaven. It's beautiful. Yes, you admit some stuff. Then they go, you have exactly, you know how many sins? None.
Nice.
You leave there and you have 0 sins, like you were born that second.
Well, I never understand it when we try to say something nice about someone, in this instance, Jesus, and we get a call saying, please quit saying bad things about Jesus.
From somebody who wasn't even A, Catholic, B, a real Catholic because she was a convert, or B, a real American because she was a convert. Yet she wants to come here and tell American Catholics how to deal? That's crazy.
That's not going to happen. Please, people. 877-692-1027.
That's the situation here. Please listen to us. We can get you immediately into heaven.
We're doing our best.
All you got to do is follow some easy rules. A confession, a communion, boom, straight to heaven. Easy. Why worry?
And then enjoy.
Jose, you're on Fez.
Hey, Jose.
Yeah, I heard a Sweet Melissa Moon.
It tastes so good.
Yes, you did, my friend. And that's simple.
There's the winning cowbell, Jose.
You are the winner.
Jose, you hold on the line. You're going to the big-ass prize closet. You're going to receive a Game Boy Advance. That's courtesy of VideoGameAdvantage.com. They are great. You got to check them out. The online location for all your video game needs, VideoGameAdvantage.com.
Nice.
Well, congratulations, buddy. Big-ass prize closet. Got something nice for you. Wait.
All right, so that's a no one, huh? VideoGameAdvantage.com, and you pick up a what?
Game Boy Advance.
Damn, why can't I get one of those?
Pretty cool system.
I like to leave here a lucky winner every once in a while.
That winning cowbell could ring for us every once and again.
We're going to take a break here. We'll be right back. 877-692-1027. Ron and Fez Show.
Ron and Fez. 1027 WNEW.
Back on a Monday night, we're Ron and Fez. 877-692-1027, the toll-free phone number. Ronnie, 6 Feet Under on last night on HBO.
You know, I still haven't seen that show once. And everybody I know says to me, hey, have you seen 6 Feet Under? It's great.
People say it to me constantly. I've watched it twice. I watched it when it first came on, watched an episode, enjoyed it, but didn't get hooked on it.
Right.
Then, later on, like a couple months later, someone said, you want to watch 6 Feet Under? I said, okay, I'll try it again. Exact same episode. I've seen one episode twice.
Now, is it one of those things where you have to be on it from the beginning, like The Sopranos?
It runs like The Sopranos.
So, I'm lost till it comes down on DVD, I guess.
And you can catch up. But everyone seems to love it. Now they say undertakers love it. Actual, real-life funeral home directors.
Why wouldn't they?
Because finally they're not being portrayed as Vincent Price or Christopher Lee.
I still think they're Vincent Price and Christopher Lee. Well, I mean, the reason why I didn't watch it ever is because I'm thinking, why would I want to watch a show about undertakers?
Right, yeah.
What would be is it supposed to be a comedy? Is that the deal?
I think it's supposed to be kind of funny.
What's funny? I haven't seen it yet.
So, and every week what they do is they start it off with the corpse. You get to see who it is that dies, that character, and how they died. And then it starts out with, like, Fred Jones, 1945 to 2001.
All right, so they solving the crime and how he died? Is it like Quincy?
No, it's just I guess whatever happens to go wrong during their funeral. But it's not a comedy like a sitcom. I guess it's dramedy.
Like a Larry Sanders?
Without the laugh, sure.
All right, so then there's no comedy at all. It's Larry Sanders without the laughs.
Right. Well, here's the situation. The one episode I've seen, the funeral director's little sister steals a severed foot from the funeral home, from the morgue there, and hides it in her boyfriend's locker to get back at him. So those are the kind of hijinks that you're looking at with 6 Feet Under.
Yeah, see, to me, just the way it's sounding, it doesn't seem like I like it. Yet, I go online, everybody says to me, hey, man, did you see 6 Feet Under? Oh, 6 Feet Under's rocks. And I'm like, do I have to hear this constantly?
Right.
It must be great.
And the funeral directors are loving it. They had a spokesman from the National Funeral Directors Association. They said usually undertakers are very morbid characters portrayed in a negative light. Finally, a show where they're believable people.
Yeah, they steal feet. I'm only going by because Fez saw one episode.
But
that doesn't sound like something I want happen to somebody in my family.
So I guess it's just not the whole good evening thing.
Right.
So I guess actual embalmers and funeral directors and morgue people
are
actually hip to this thing.
Right.
I got no basis. I'm not a funeral director. I don't know how based in reality it is.
All right, here's Carrie. Carrie, you're on Fez.
Hey, Carrie.
Hi, how you guys doing?
We're calling the gang, babe.
Okay. I've been watching the show since the beginning. It's very, very cool. It's about a family. The father, they own a funeral home. They all live there, and they're all messed up. One of the brothers is gay. One's dating a psycho, and it's an awesome show. You guys got to watch it. It's so cool.
I don't understand what I would like about it, though. I'm watching funerals.
They're doing drugs. They're tripping out. They're taking ecstasy at the dinner table.
All right, now, Fezzy, this is, and undertakers are happy about this?
Because funeral directors are being portrayed as humans and not ghouls.
It's just very funny.
We're gay people that do ecstasy at funerals.
It's so funny. He didn't even know he took ecstasy. He did it at the dinner table, and he's like all messed up, tripping out. It's so funny. You guys gotta watch it.
So it is supposed to be funny.
Last night I laughed so hard.
All right, Carrie, do I need to see this from the beginning?
Yeah, kind of.
All right,
they showed all the repeats, just like The Sopranos, so you could bring yourself up to date.
All right, but I can't, because you said they already did it.
Do you have 4 hours?
Do I have a what?
4 hours, so I can tell you everything. No, only kidding.
No, I mean, I would, if somebody would, all right.
I know. It's so good.
Billy's writing up, it replays on Monday nights. What good does that do me if...
Aren't you here Monday nights?
Well, I can TiVo it. But if it starts replaying it like, the 8th one, why would I want to hop in there? I got to see it from the beginning.
I know. Well, I wish you guys would have saw it. It's great. Have a good night. Yeah.
So I have no idea if this is what a real funeral home does.
Yeah.
Ecstasy at the dinner table.
Now, Billy's father was a funeral director, or at least an embalmer or something like that.
Oh, cool. There's so many things about Staples.
Yeah.
That I have no idea. So he would probably know if he's seen the show.
Now, the kid that I grew up with is an undertaker now, too. His dad was one, so he becomes one. That's generally how you end up becoming one. Because that is a family business.
The closest I have is my grandfather was a minister, and they lived in an annex of the church, and my dad would run through the church to go out to play.
Yeah.
And if they were having a funeral that week, he'd have to go past the body, and that would freak him out.
They would keep the body in the church for a while?
Yeah.
See, now I think they just go from the funeral home, you stop by the church sometimes, and then you're right out of there. No one really gets laid out in a church anymore.
Yeah.
Now, in the old days, they might just stick the body in the church right from the beginning, and then you kind of go to church and the body's there. Hey, Tony. Tony, you're on Manifest.
Hey, Tony.
Yo. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got
Tony.
my radio on. Let me just I'm sorry, guys. Oh, you're there? All right, it's on DVD, the first series.
Oh, it is already?
Yeah, so I saw it in the video store the other day. Bottom line is, Ronnie, you definitely will love the show. I know it's like comedy and drama, but it's not a comedy. Like last night's episode, what happened was he took a bottle of aspirin and his gay brother put like ecstasy in the aspirin bottle and didn't tell him. and he was tripping out on the dinner table. It was pretty funny. But there's a lot of serious stuff, too. It's like, people dying and stuff, but it's really cool. Definitely, if you like Oz and you like Sopranos, you like the show.
All right.
Definitely check it out.
All right, so it's already on DVD. How the hell would they get it on DVD so quick? Because Sopranos is, 2 seasons behind?
Uh-huh.
They got the first 2 seasons, but not the 3rd season yet, right?
So that was incredibly quick for 6 Feet Under.
To me, every show should be on DVD that week.
Pick up your DVD copies of this week's episode.
I would rather pay than plan on when they catch these damn shows. Hey, Marissa. Marissa, you're on Fez.
Hi, Marissa.
How you guys doing?
Yeah, we're calling the gang.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to volunteer to give you a copy of the first season of 6 Feet Under.
You got the whole first season?
Yeah, I do. I have it on videotape.
All right, hold on for Billy will bore you, okay?
All right. You talk to him, and he'll get your information. 877-692-1027.
And I need good tape. I don't want to... I hate... Somebody had given me, I guess, some Sopranos stuff. I think it was Billy. I didn't even end up watching it. Because it looked like he taped it with his ass cheeks. It wasn't starting at the beginning. If someone taped something for me, I want it to look as good as the DVD.
A lot of times, Billy will just take an 8-hour tape and slide it through his crack.
Right. And then,
he calls that bulking the tapes around here.
It starts off, you see Billy playing horseshoes, then you see a little Sopranos, then it's him nailing 2 hookers. Hey, Paul.
Into his John Edwards tape.
Hey, Paul, you're on Fez.
Hi, Paul.
Hey, Ron and Fez, how's it going?
We're cool.
I went to the College of Mortuary Science in California, right outside of L.A.
Congratulations.
Nice. MU.
Right. My dad's actually a mortician, and, like Ron.
The one my friend went to, I think, was at Pitt. Or right outside Pitt. It was in Pittsburgh anywhere.
I only went to that one because my dad recommended it.
Yeah.
I guess it was like my next logical step to follow in his footsteps, but, you see these students just doing, outrageous things with these bodies, and they're,
please,
passing out.
Don't tell me that.
No, I mean, not like sexual things. I mean, they're just like, the first time you gotta, split someone's chest open, they're just painting all over the floors. It's just not a pretty sight, but, I guess after a while you get used to it.
Now, do you watch 6 Feet Under?
I've watched it 3 or 4 times.
What do you think of it?
It's pretty accurate. I mean, as far as, the drugs and all that stuff, I'm not too sure about. Because
all you guys do drugs.
I guess it seems that way now, doesn't it?
And have gay black lovers.
Well, Fez, I'm not too sure about that. I mean, last time I checked, I was heterosexual, but I'm willing to learn.
Cool.
All right, so you're a mortician now?
I'm a mortician now, right.
And you work for your dad, and then you take over the business?
Yes, I do.
All right, now
he's actually retiring in 2 or 3 years. So.
All right, when your dad dies, will you do him or somebody else has to?
I'll probably wind up doing my dad. I mean, I say that now because I can, and I'm not in that situation. I don't know if I really want to be put in that situation, but
all right.
Fellas, right now.
All right, let's suppose my friend Fez drops dead and I take him to you tomorrow.
Why do I always have to be the one dropping dead?
What would you do to prep his body before I come back? What exactly are we going to do with Fez's body?
Well, the first thing that needs to be done is the embalming.
All right, how does that work?
That gets taken care of through. It can be done one of 2 ways. You could put basically a draining tube in through his leg.
Okay, so we put a draining tube into his leg, and then what? Suck the blood out?
Well, all the blood or whatever blood is remaining, and just bodily fluids are just drained through there.
So at this point, if he's not dead, he will be after we suck the blood out.
If he's not there when he comes to me, he'll definitely be when he's after I'm done with it.
And all the fluids are coming out the one tube. All the leftover fluids.
Except for your ass. What are we going to do about his ass in that wide opening?
You know what? I'm not even going to go near that.
Why? What happens?
That's just not my thing.
But
I've seen people actually do that, and it just turns out horribly wrong. I mean...
All right, do you actually use the ass?
Then my ass looks all flat in the casket.
I don't use the ass personally, no. I mean, I've used the leg, and I've used right under the chest.
But some people do use the ass.
It's been done. It's not recommended, though.
Okay. Now, so because of that, do you have to seal it somehow? Do we put a plug or a seal in it?
Usually it's just a couple of quick stitches to sew it up.
All right, so we'll sew up...
I wouldn't mind stopping by for that now.
We'll sew up the bung, right?
Right.
With 2 quick stitches.
Right.
All right, so first we're going to flop him on his belly, sew up the bung. Then we flop him back over. We suck the blood out of Fez.
Right.
And then embalming fluid goes in?
Then he's basically pumped full of embalming fluid.
Uh-huh. Now, how do we know that we're getting the right amount of fluid for blood taken out? Will he look thinner, fatter, what?
Generally, the body will look quite a bit thinner if the body was heavy to begin with.
That's all I've ever wanted.
Maybe we'll have you suck some out now, today. And then the stitch or two in the bone.
If we do that, he might not be co-hosting the show tomorrow.
Just to tighten up.
All right, so what do we do after we suck the blood out and we put fluid in? What are we doing with his eyeballs?
His eyeballs just stay right where they are. If the eyelids are open, they're forced shut.
Have you already put pennies on them?
There's no pennies involved.
That's not for 2,000 years. Now, what about his internal organs?
His internal organs, I guess that all depends on whether or not he's a donor and the family's request.
You're not, are you, Fez?
No,
So we don't have to scoop or gut him in any way?
Not really, no.
What about the brain?
The brain, again, that's only if it's going to be used for any medical purposes or, if for one reason or another the family requests.
So we don't have to hollow out the head?
Absolutely not.
No! You don't have to hollow out my head. I'll have to wear a ski cap in the casket.
That makes for an interesting funeral.
All right, so basically all you're doing is putting fluid where the blood was.
Yes.
It doesn't seem that difficult.
And now that embalming fluid is going to preserve everything inside of me for as long as it can?
Yeah, exactly. It's going to hold on for as long as it can. Eventually your body will start to decompose.
So I won't start stinking it up at my own funeral?
Absolutely.
How long before Fez starts rotting?
Generally...
Last year.
I'd say generally the process begins after about 4 weeks. And then
4 weeks before he rots.
And then quickly starts to progress from there.
Yeah. Now, anybody, now, after I leave him with you, how do I know you're not putting party hats on him or something silly?
You're going to have to stay with me.
I can't, Fez. I need my sleep.
We generally don't
I thought you were going to say time to mourn.
We generally don't allow our clients.
I've mourned why you've been alive.
As we all have.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm sorry, Seth. But, so that's it, guys. I wanted to throw in my 2 cents.
And how soon, let's say someone brings a suit in. Ronnie brings a suit, a nice 3-piecer that he wants to be buried in.
Uh-huh.
How soon you got to get that on me before, for the rigor sets in?
Hey, Fezzy.
White people are so scared of black people.
I said rigor, as in rigor mortis.
Oh,
rigor with an R.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you meant like burglars or something. I'm sorry. If in some cases it sets in quicker than others, and we have been surprised. In that case, you have to actually break a bone.
Oh, great, Ronnie. They're breaking my legs, Ronnie. They get me in my pants.
You wouldn't pay up. And is it a real suit? Is it his suit from home, or you have to cut the back out?
No, it's a real suit.
And just wear it like a smock.
I have to do that now.
So who's gonna put his pants and underwear on?
That's actually if a mortician has an assistant. And usually we do. They take care of the makeup and the dressing.
Do they put on the underwear?
Yeah, is it undergarments included?
I ain't sending him into the abyss, bare ass.
Free balling it.
I'm
not going commando.
We do add the undies most of the time, but sometimes we just exclude them.
Yeah. You gotta have underpants for this guy.
I need underwear. Please.
I guarantee you, if you come to me when it's your time, I will put you in underwear.
Now, when I hear this, and his time is coming soon, so leave your calendar with Billy.
Hey, what size do you wear there, Fez?
34.
Yeah,
okay.
Right. Maybe if we suck everything out.
What is that, a
literally, with no blood or anything else, it's 34.
You guys are insane.
I got a lot of fluid.
All right, so Fezzy, maybe I'll be burning you up. I don't know at this time, Paul. I'm going to check prices.
How long would that take?
That takes nothing. I'll smoke you.
I'm going to burn for days.
For cremation, you're done in about 4 hours.
4 hours?
Wow.
4 hours.
Wow.
I didn't think it took that long.
That's quicker than a turkey.
Yes, it's usually...
We're not roasting you. We're burning you to a crisp.
I want to be basted.
Exactly.
Yeah, when that little button pops out, we're ready to go.
Absolutely.
That's my Audi.
All right, so maybe I'll watch this show now. I'm hearing all this stuff.
All right, so there's an Undertaker saying that, yes, 6 feet under, pretty true, except for the family type stuff. Right. The business part of it, fairly true to real life.
I'll have to watch it.
So, I mean, like Ronnie and I could tell you about shows like WKRP and talk radio, or news radio, whatever it was called. Yeah. You know, we can tell you if that was true to life.
It never is.
No, where they have one person on the air constantly.
I hear yeah, right. It's always Dr. Johnny Fever and nothing else.
Right. And then maybe at night, Venus comes in.
Right.
Only to be greeted by Dr. Johnny Fever
Who's
again.
still there and hanging out. And then they're both talking about when they're going to get together.
Sure. Because, wait a minute, how can you two get together? You're the only two people that are ever on the air.
That was another thing. Remember the show Taxi?
All right.
They act like cab drivers are always sitting around a table talking about when they're going to get together later for parties. Anytime, why would these people ever need to be sitting at a table? You're going to be in your effing car or home.
Yeah, you're not sitting around waiting for anything.
It seemed like all they ever did was wait.
That horrible garage, and that's their hangout? Where they're just all around a table, waiting to be put in like they're in a bullpen?
Now, when you look at some of the other shows, Cheers to me never was like any bar I've ever been in. No one was ever drunk. There's never a fist fight.
Right. I don't know if anyone ever paid their bill.
No one's ever doing shots in that bar.
It's always beers or really nice soda drinks.
Right. And no one's money's ever even on the bar. You ever notice that?
Right, yeah. That's Cheers, the bar where it's basically a bar you would have in your home.
Now, Baywatch, I never was a lifeguard, but it doesn't seem like it's true lifeguards.
I don't think that the lifeguard business could possibly be that glamorous, where you're, surfing for underwater mines every episode.
And again, when you see lifeguards, when are they ever going to be together? Normally, they're like a half a mile away from each other shaking these flags back and forth. They're talking on radios. But when you turn that on, they're all sitting in this little thing together hanging.
Or running down the beach together in slow motion.
Sure. I mean, here's the thing. If they shot a true episode of a lifeguard show, wouldn't, like, the first 20 episodes just be guys telling fat kids not to go out too deep?
You're out too far. No one ever even yells that on that show.
That's it. It's always a big rescue mission.
Yeah.
And I'd love to know if the teacher shows, like Boston Public, is that true to teachers?
I never even saw that one, but I can't think of one. I've been in school, and none of those people ever reminded me of teachers.
They're always so nice. I mean, they're your, like, counselor and everything, and your mentor. They're like someone that you just hang with all day long, instead of for just 1 hour during social studies.
Right.
Yeah, they always make it look like they're teaching a lesson in Boston Public, when all my teachers just busted my balls all day long.
Right. They were thinking, well, maybe Joe will learn this on his own. Yeah, they're always involved with somebody's home life.
Yeah, they're always talking about to a parent, or going after a parent, or being the parent.
Right.
Yeah, teacher, my mom hit me. Good, I'm glad.
How about just grading people?
I mean, there's every one of those teachers cares way too much.
Right.
And actual teachers don't do that.
Well, normally, because, if you're an actual teacher, let's say you're teaching 5-6 classes a day, you're thinking 35, 40 students in class. You got hundreds of kids. How the F are you supposed to know how everybody's getting along at home? You don't even know their names till Christmas.
Why are you checking all those kids for bruises?
All you're thinking about is grading papers. Jesus, I got to grade 400 papers over the weekend.
And
my life blows.
Then getting the hell out of there and trying to figure out how you're going to make a living during the summer.
All right, here's one from RJ on the instant feedback. How about Friends, where an out-of-work actor, Joey, lives in a huge apartment? Yeah, that kid has done pretty well for himself for the past 9 years for never really bringing in any cash.
And the gigs being so few and far between.
Yeah.
That's Joey.
Well, even look at Seinfeld. For a guy who was a stand-up comic, wouldn't he have been on the road most of the time? Where does he have all this time to hang with people?
A lot of times they're meeting on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
When you think he'd be to work.
But normally, if you live in New York, you're going to spend at least 3/4 on your time on the road paying for that apartment. They're the people that pay.
And you're never seeing it. You shouldn't be in that apartment if you're a New York comedian.
Hey, Sean. Sean, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Sean.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
How about the Jeffersons? He owned a dry cleaner, but he wore a suit to work every day.
Yeah, I know. Dry cleaning looked like the easiest business in the world there. It looks like you just had some dry cleaning machines.
No need for a suit and tie.
Yeah. He was just a wealthy dry cleaner.
You ever go into a dry cleaner's that wasn't like a sauna?
Right.
And he's wearing a 3-piece suit in there where everyone else is in T-shirts with the sleeves rolled up, including the owner?
Yeah, normally those places are as hot as the Amazon. You're just sticking yourself. And even when you're dropping your clothes off, you can't wait to get out of them.
You got to run, or the heat's going to get to you.
I'm trying to think of what other people do for a living on TV.
let's say there's all kinds of lawyer shows.
Yeah.
And that can't be. It's got to be just a lot of BS lawyer stuff of looking up cases, citing in all this book work, and not all the dramatic courtroom things.
Yeah. Here's Jason. Hey, Jason. Jason, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. How y'all doing?
Hey, man.
Hey, how about Kramer? How does he pay rent for his apartment and food?
Kramer, you know, he always had the situation that he was a hustler, but that's, you know, it's one thing to pull that off in Jersey. It's another thing to pull off in Manhattan.
Right, yeah.
But he just, you know, makes it from money to money, because how's he even going to get an apartment in New York?
And you could go that long without working and without somehow not paying any rent.
Hey, John, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Hey, John.
John.
How you doing, buddy?
How about an X-Files where they encounter aliens in every single episode, yet the female lead never seems to be convinced that there's aliens in the world?
Right, I don't know what she's waiting for.
That's, you know what, though? The one time I watched X-Files, John, that's what happened. They were saying...
There always seems to be some interaction with aliens. Either she finds alien fetuses or there's an alien hybrid. And it never seems to be convinced that there's a possibility that there could be aliens in the world. I just don't get it.
I think the old episode I saw, David Duchovny was saying this looks like the work of a vampire. And the Scully girl is going, oh, please, vampires. Weren't you just getting chased by ETs the week before?
Right.
Now, why is that so far out on the realm of possibility?
I'd be just constantly going, what do you think, ghost? Vampire? What is it? What the hell's happening this week?
Could be a serial killer. Preposterous. It's got to be aliens.
Hey, Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey,
Chris.
just want to talk about NYPD Blue.
Yeah.
Yo, I have friends who are cops, and none of that happens, ever.
None of whatever happened. What did they do that made
Nah,
them
they're
white
always
people?
going out chasing guys, shooting at them and stuff.
Right.
You
Now,
don't get that in New York City.
well, here's the other weird thing. Most of cops will say they've been cops for 30 years. Ever fired your gun? No.
Nope, never had to,
never
thank
had.
God.
Yeah,
and
these
you don't
guys,
get the fat guy who's showing his ass every weekend.
And these guys are blowing people away. Week after week after week. Shooting the hell out of people. All right, sit.
See ya.
All right, Joe Poo. Alice. True life to diner life?
I think so.
Where all the waitresses just hang out together?
And they're the same people every day eating there.
And then there's no shift. The girls work the entire shift in the diner. The breakfast shift, the lunch shift, the dinner shift, and the night shift.
Yeah, very true. I never see my mother.
All right, then.
All right.
Alice, that's one for you.
Alice is the one. Alice in this undertaking, 6 feet under. Only shows that are really real.
Those are the two that pass.
Hey, Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how about the guy from King of Queens? He's the only UPS driver or delivery guy who only works 9 to 5, and he never works weekends.
Yeah, he does also, it seems like. There's a lot of free time where he and his other driver buddies are sitting around in some kind of locker room situation.
Shouldn't there be packages to be delivered?
There are a lot of locker rooms in these worlds. The cops are always in locker rooms.
Right.
You know, everyone's always in a locker room. Even remember that movie Tom Hanks did when he was a stand-up?
Oh, yeah, right. Was it called Stand Up?
I can't think of the name of it right now. He was an unhappy stand-up. I'm watching that thing. Tom Hanks goes to the club. He goes directly to the locker room where he and the other comics start to change into their club show. And I'm like, Punchline was the name of it.
Oh, nice. Thank you, and some feedback.
Now, if I own a club, if I have extra space, I ain't about to waste it on a locker room for comics that can't change at home.
And most of them, weren't they going to be there maybe 10 minutes doing their set?
Right. Tops.
Why do you need the locker?
You never need a locker in that situation.
What are you carrying with you that you need a locker?
All right, great set. Let's take a shower, everybody. Come on over and let's all take a shower before we go home.
And let's change into other shirts and ties and jackets.
I can't think of one job that actually has a locker room other than football. Football and boxing have locker rooms. Most people dress in their uniform at home.
And then that's it. They do their job. And then if they're not doing their job, they don't sit around in the locker room.
Right.
They leave. They go see their families. They get in their car because people hate their jobs.
Right.
and won't sit there.
You're not going to get home. Your wife is like, hey, I've had dinner ready for an hour and a half. Where you been? I was in the locker room talking to the boys. I guess I ran on a little late in the locker room.
One of the other cabbies had a problem. So we all sat around and talked to him.
Ridiculous.
877-692-1027.
Hey, Vinny. Vinny, you're on Ironic Fez. Hey, Vinny.
Fez, how are you?
How you doing, pal?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, we're okay. We'll call him again, as a matter of fact.
Let's talk about Oz.
Oz on HBO.
Pretty true to life. A lot of things go on like that.
You working in prison?
Yes, I do.
Or are you in prison?
No, I work in prison.
There you go. Shut that door.
Yikes.
All right, so you're a crap eater, as they call them.
Excuse me?
They call them crap eaters, right?
What's a crap eater?
Ass eaters is what they always call the guards, I understand.
No.
Maybe it's just behind your back.
Maybe.
I thought that's what the inmates called the guards.
No, I don't
Ass
think.
eaters.
He doesn't know about that yet.
They are really good at going behind his back.
Oz reminds you very much of prison.
Oz is very, very true to life, except like when they shank a guy and they hit him once and they say he's dead. No, that doesn't happen.
How long does it take to shank and hit somebody before they die?
Some guys get shanked quite a few times and they live.
All right, now, when you know, do you ever know in advance somebody's going to get shanked?
No. If you do, you got to protect them.
When you find out that someone's going to get shanked, you just take them away?
If you can, yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot, my friend.
All right.
I'd say. Jim. Jim, you're on Run and Fez.
Hi, Jim.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good. What can we do for you?
My sister used to work in the emergency room in Bellevue, and she said all she ever had to deal with was, like, kids who had to get stitches or, like, there's a homeless person acting nutty. We're on ER. You have people coming into the room with, like, a harpoon through their head, and they're still talking.
Well, I don't know. I got to disagree, because every time I've been to an emergency room, it looks whack to me, and I can't even stand to be in there.
It's always, like, people just sitting around, like, either, like, waiting for, maybe their mother had, like, a minor stroke or something. But in ER, it's like they're having heart transplants in the emergency room.
Oh, I don't know about that, but I see some whacked-out stuff every time I go to an emergency room.
There's always someone with their head bandaged, and you see the blood leaking through.
I couldn't... I hate to go to an emergency room because of all the stuff I see coming in. And then they're always leaving people, like they put them on a gurney and then leave them in the hall.
Yeah.
Or something.
But it's nothing really exotic. It's either like you're dead or alive. It's never like anything cool, like, oh, he got shocked by lightning, and he's like lighting up all the, the light sockets or whatever.
See, here's what I don't understand.
Bill.
I don't understand why anybody wants to watch a show about an emergency room. That's the thing. I'm trying to rest at 10 o'clock at night. I want to relax. I don't want to think about little kids that have swallowed things.
Ew.
I don't want to see people with half a face. Here's Steve. Steve, you're on Run and Fez. Hey, Steve.
What is?
Big House Card 10850. Hey, you know what I think is totally bogus is that Ally McBeal show, because, they got that unisex bathroom, and I tell you, after one of those female lawyers went in from behind some guy that went in there and pinched the loaf, man, there would never be unisex bathrooms after that.
Yeah, why? I've never seen the show, but what's the whole point about unisex bathrooms?
I quit watching the show after that. I seeing a guy go in there with a newspaper, you think that girls are going to go in after that? Come on.
Well, I mean, you use, most places will have one bathroom, but they're not going to be in there at the same time.
I know. It's like you think that girls go in there and like hold hands or something. They go in groups, but come on, guys and girls at the same time.
All right, so that's all he gets out of the show is the unisex bathroom.
I've never seen the show, but I didn't know the unisex bathroom was such a central figure in it.
It's gigantic in the show, apparently. Everybody meets in the bathroom and talks things over. I don't know why anyone watches this show.
It's their locker room.
And except for now, Bon Jovi's in it, so that'll be big.
Bon Jovi fan since day one.
We know, Eddie.
I like when they go to hang out after work and there's always a celebrity that's singing in the bar. That happens.
You watch this show?
I've seen it before.
Yeah, I've seen the previews. There's always like an Elton John or somebody.
Just showed up. Who's that? Oh, Elton John. Never heard of him before.
Is it ever Bon Jovi?
No. Bon Jovi
it's a character.
Plays the same guy I think he played in Moonlight and what is it, Valentino?
They finally found someone thinner than Callista Flockhart to be her love interest.
Hey, Joel, you're on Run and Fez.
Hey, Joel.
Hey, Ron. Hey, Fez.
Yeah.
Listen, I've been a medic for a while in New York City, and you have something serious coming into the ER.
Nobody comes running in, pumping on people's chests, doctors scurrying, running over to you. It just doesn't happen. It's just not like that.
All right,
you walk in, you do your stuff, and that's it.
You're generally getting car accidents, right?
Well, you can get anything in car accidents, heart attacks, strokes, anything at all, really.
Yeah, but, let's say a heart attack, people are hauling ass around that, right?
I hope.
Well, no, not necessarily. Even that. You pick up your patient, you do what you got to do, you walk into the ER, you give tell them what's going on. You don't blast through the doors like, screaming and yelling like that. It's a little more orderly than the average ER show.
All right, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
I hate to think they're just lollygagging in there.
Yeah, I want to think that they're running. My dad has a heart attack. I want everybody hauling ass around them.
And moving things and getting, and hitting you in the chest and putting the paddles on you.
All right, here, one of these is pretty good. How about Love Boat? Have you ever been on? No one's ever American running those things, and that's true.
That's true from the captain on down.
You normally have British guys as officers, and then South American, everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's South American on this cruise.
You get a lot of Greeks, too. Yeah. At least on the cruises I go on.
I love this song.
Jeez, we need a new one of those. That's bad.
Hey, Rob, you're on a Fez.
Hey, Rob.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Cool in the gang, my friend.
How about that show Murder, She Wrote? 52 times a year, this woman would be around a murder. Wouldn't you be, like, under watch or something like that?
This is like working in the crime capital of the United States.
The other weird thing is she's always at a party where something happens.
And she's a writer, and she's solving crimes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And treat it like gold by the other cops. Oh, I'm glad you're here. Let me explain what happened. You write mystery novels. Let me explain to you what is going on right now.
Because we're so inept, we need someone who writes about mysteries to tell us who solved the crimes.
All right, here comes Al. Al's running over here.
I'm gay.
Al, what's up, buddy?
What's going on, Al?
What do you want, Al?
I have a,
You can't come popping in here as gay as a cricket.
I have a guest.
Is it a cricket? Look, anytime this guy books a guest, he's excited.
Yes.
Let me try to guess. Is it Jack Nicholson?
Oh, nice.
No, it is not.
Ed Asner again?
No.
Any of the Academy Award nominees?
No.
And the Olympians. They're doing every show.
Ooh, that'd be cool. Gold medal winners?
No. Did you get a hold of Kevin Meaney after his big arrest today?
I was not able to, no.
Did you try?
No, I didn't.
Maybe that's why you weren't able to. Maybe until you try, they're not going to actually come to you and go, hey, can I be on your show? Please.
So, who did you get, Al Dukes?
I have Ann Warfield. She is an impression manager.
Was she the bailiff on Night Court?
That'd be great to have her on. And ask her if Night Court was like it seemed.
Or is that Marsha Warfield?
That's Marsha.
Okay.
Ann is
still alive?
Yeah, I think she's still alive.
She was a comic, right?
Uh-huh. Shirley Hempel's gone. But Marsha Warfield lives.
Lives on.
So
what is it, Al?
So who is Ann Warfield?
She's an impression management professional.
She does impressions?
No. She specializes in body language.
I hope she does Joan Rivers.
Now, Al, what are we supposed to say to this woman?
To ask her about different body language, the do's and don'ts.
Oh, and she can show us through the radio.
No, you can explain through the radio.
Al, this is ridiculous.
What is this body language for?
Well, she's going to tell us how you can tell if someone's interested in you by their body language. And also for things like on-the-job interviews, things you do with your body language sometimes convey different things to potential employers that'll hurt your chances.
Look at us, our body language. Does it look like we're pissed that we have to interview this person?
It looks tense.
Yeah.
The fact that I'm grabbing my crotch?
Now you're an expert, Al.
What about the body language of carrying a giant stack of papers in your arms into a meeting? Does that help? Is that effective?
No, because that actually was brought up by the boss. So no, that was a bad thing
when he mocked you.
Yes.
How about how you're holding your hand gaily on your hip?
What are we supposed to talk to this person about? Body language?
Common body language bloopers everybody makes and should avoid.
Body language bloopers? You mean like farting?
All right, I have my hands over my face. Does that make it seem Like, I want to interview this person?
That's the signal for me to grab the aspirin bottle.
Yeah, those are not.
Again.
All right, now I'm taking my finger and running it across my throat real fast. Does that mean cut? All right, we'll be back with another one of Al's bad guests, 877-692-1027, Ron and Fez.
Ron and Fez, 1027 WNEW.
Body language.
We're Ron and Fez, 877-692-1027.
Fezzy, we got Ann Warfield we'll be talking to in just a few moments. She's from ImpressionManagement.com.
And she has a book out, Communicating More Effectively, How Impression Management Professionals Can Specialize in Body Language.
All right, Ann, hi, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you?
Hello, good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing very good. Where are you calling from tonight?
I am calling from Minneapolis, Minnesota, the frozen tundra.
Yeah, you guys got a lot of snow, right?
Actually, not a lot of snow, but a little cold right now.
Oh, well, I guess Chicago got a lot. I just thought that was the same weather pattern. Tell us a little bit about body language. Are we giving out signals that we don't think we are?
We are giving out signals all the time. Matter of fact, if you become really fluent at reading body language, about 60 to 70% of every person's conversation can be interpreted through body language. So you can really tell a lot about what people are thinking or feeling, but maybe not saying.
All right, now, is all this stuff universal? Like, if I cross my arms, does it mean the same things as if Fez crosses his arms?
Well, actually, that's a really good question. If you take universal in the sense of looking around the world, there are differences in some of the body language between the different countries. But overall, what people have a tendency to do is take the body language on of the country that they are living in or they're coming and visiting and doing business in. So there are some differences. But the second part of your question, if you're looking at universal, for example, crossing your arms, if you and Fez are both here in the same country, does it typically have the same meaning? Yes, it does.
That's America, by the way.
All right, so crossing your arms, that's the easy one. It means that you're holding stuff back, right?
Well, and that's an interesting one. That is the biggest one with body language that people say, I don't believe in this body language stuff because I've always heard if you cross your arms, you're not listening, and I always sit that way to be comfortable. What it actually means when someone crosses their arms is they're literally taking and listening to all the information and figuring out how does it fit them. So it does tend to be a little bit more of a defensive. Matter of fact, Gerald Nuremberger did a study of over 2,000 negotiations, and not one closed until people uncrossed their arms and legs.
Wow. All right, well, give us a couple other ones that are easy to spot for most of us.
Well, other ones that would be easy to spot would be, for example, how a person sits. People that tend to be more negative will tend to have their shoulders sloped downward, where people that are more positive tend to sit with their shoulders up a little. Are you both changing your posture right now?
No, we laughed at Joe Pooh, who is sitting here and was all sloped over looking at us, staring at us like he does most of the time like a buzzard.
Completely sloop-shouldered, Ann.
And then he tries to sit up, but you're a negative young man, Joe. Yeah, I'm very slouchy. Yeah.
Other ones that you'll see is for example, there's 5 deceit signs.
Oh, nice.
You want to watch out for. And those deceit signs, and these are usually done at the same time as a person will try to turn their body away from you. Their voice will have a tendency to go up as they're talking to you, and they'll become more agitated. The 5 deceit signs that you will see is one is that they'll rub their eye. And if it's a really big lie, a woman will have a tendency to rub very lightly and look at the ceiling, and a man will rub very vigorously and look at the floor. Another one is a nose touch, where they'll put their finger underneath their nose and kind of rub, so it's not itching the top of the nose.
Liars do that. Cops always look for this in guys that are lying, right?
Yep.
They always say don't touch your mouth when you're talking to a cop because it means that you're lying.
Yes, that's one of them. Another one is the ear tug, where they'll put their finger in the ear or a tug in the ear.
Carol Burnett used to do that.
Famous liar.
Yeah. And do you know how she started doing that? That was to say goodnight to her mom.
Sure.
Yeah. Good night, liars.
Right.
But another one is the collar pull, and that's the one you see in the cartoons all the time. And there's also, this is my favorite.
Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah, right.
Rodney Dangerfield does it. My favorite one is the neck scratch. Desmond Morris did a study, and he found that when people lie, there's a tingling sensation that goes throughout our body. Our blood vessels swell, our body temperature goes up, so we tend to scratch our neck, and it's usually 5 scratches.
Like the back of the neck, or just digging at the
Back
side?
of the neck.
Now, I noticed this. We got a guy here, Roy Hamptons, and when I ask him a question, he turns bright red.
Well,
and I think it's because he's hiding something.
Fire red.
Well, you know how you can tell the difference? If he's just turning bright red, there are people that hate being in the spotlight, and their body temperature, they blush, and that's just a physical reaction.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a lying gesture, what they'll usually do is break eye contact with you, and you'll see him touch one of these parts of his body. Now, the part I laugh about with them is if you think about the three monkeys, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil,
right,
and the body parts are touched, those are the exact parts of our body we touch when we're lying.
All right, so hands off the face if you're going to try to tell a lie.
All right,
there you go.
We got some people that have questions for you.
Sure.
If you don't mind, it's impressionmanagement.com.
And that's where they can get your book, Communicating More Effectively?
Yes, and Outcome Thinking, Getting Results Without the Boxing Gloves. And then they're also available on Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, and Ingram Books as well.
Here, we need the boxing gloves, sorry.
Yeah.
It's something we live on.
All right, Iris. Iris, you're on with Ann Warfield.
Hello, Iris?
Hello, this is Iris calling. Hello, Miss Warfield.
Hello.
First of all, I enjoyed your work on Night Court, and thank God somebody is writing a book like this.
All right, I think that might have been a different Warfield.
Yeah, that is a different Warfield.
I live in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether you're familiar with the area.
Okay.
But there's a lot of terrorist worries in New York right now.
That's for sure.
And I'm always constantly on the look for a suitcase bomb, or a shoe bomb, or like a turban bomb.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Any kind of bomb, really, I'm keeping an eye out for. What should I be looking for?
Is there anything that's going to give someone away that's doing criminal or terrorist activities?
Are they doing something?
Yes.
I'll hang up and listen for your answer.
Thank you, Iris.
All right. Yes, what you want to watch is the body language, and that is a big tip that the police look for.
Big tips?
Yep. When people are having deceitful acts, deceitful behavior, they have a tendency to shift their eyes back and forth.
Shifty
eyes. They have
eyes.
a tendency to try to break eye contact, look away, look down. They don't literally want to see what they're doing. There's almost a vacant...
Will you ever see one of them rubbing a taint under any circumstances or a lower part of their body? I noticed that on the subway.
Boy, I guess I don't have a comment on that one.
Oh,
They
okay.
rub low.
But shifty eyes is not just a myth.
No, it is not. You'll see a shifting in the eyes. You'll also usually see a fidgeting, a shifting of the weight back and forth, a fidgeting with things because there's this anticipation, there's this feeling, this adrenaline that's running through, and they're not sure how to contain it.
All right, thank you very much. Let's go on to Jan. Jan, do you have a question for Ann Warfield from ImpressionManagement.com?
Yes, I'd like to speak to Dr. Warfield, please.
Go ahead.
I was wondering about body language, and you were talking about criminal behavior. It made me wonder, because I had a situation in my own life. One time, my mom was in a fender-bender accident with a guy named Harry Denton, and he claimed that he had whiplash. And the way my mom won the case was, my dad dropped his briefcase really loud on the floor, and he spun his neck around. So I've always figured that spinning your neck around really makes you seem criminal.
And is there a type of things where criminals would make herky-jerky motions?
No, not necessarily. You'd see them make herky-jerky motions or anything like that. In that situation, dropping the briefcase was a good chance to see would this person turn around and look, because if they really had whiplash, they would not be able to do that. So it was trying to get the body's natural reaction to something.
I think turning around is body language for my neck isn't really hurt.
Yeah, in that case, it would be.
There was another situation, too, where my little brother Bobby and my sister Cindy had a chance to go on a TV quiz show. Bobby refused to study, so he didn't make it. Cindy did make it, but once she got on TV, she froze up.
All right, Jan,
she stared right at the camera.
Jan, we can't get into everything, but...
Not blinking. That's got to be body language for something.
Do a lot of us freeze up, and what do we think of people that do freeze up like that, Ann?
When we freeze up, it's our body's natural reaction to things where the adrenaline actually stops us. Matter of fact, even with the terrorist activities, they had a whole thing in the paper on how do you react to things. Do you fight?
That's my concern, terrorist.
Or, how does your body exactly respond to it? And a lot of people do freeze under pressure. And they'll actually just stop. Their body will shut down, and they won't be able to say or do anything. And there's just almost a frightened blank look that they'll have on them.
Speaking of crimes against the country, one time my brother Peter got the part of Benedict Arnold in the school play, and he didn't want the part, so he faked a limp. I think fake limping shows that you're not really a traitor.
Jan, one question at a time. Thank you very much. Let's move on. And that's kind of interesting that nobody's able to throw you with this, I noticed. And it seems like anything that they bring up, it's kind of universal stuff, right?
It really is. And if you look at body language and you look at the impact, a great example is to look at President Bush. And if you look at him 8 months ago when the whole campaign was going on.
Shifty.
But, what a lot of people would say is he's a nice guy, but can he lead?
Lip purser. That's what he was.
Yeah, and, he kind of had the slumped shoulders and the eyes were downcast and the words were flat and broken at odd spots. It was just hard to listen to him. And now you watch him, he's much more fluent as a speaker. His shoulders are back, his eye contact is good. He really seems to flow very well, unless he's caught off guard.
And he panics.
One time, my brother Greg and my brother Marcia both ran for student body.
You had your time, Jan.
You really did, Jan. Let's move on. Let me take another call for Ann Warfield from ImpressionManagement.com. We have Andre. Andre, you're on with Ann Warfield.
Hello?
Yes.
Is Andre?
Uh-huh.
Listen, I am... Are you on?
Yes.
Okay, I am a large man.
Really? Big guy?
7'4", 560 pounds, from Grenoble, France.
Mm-hmm.
And people tend to see every bit of my body movement. I can't hide a thing. My hands are humongous. My head is large. My body is gigantic. I can't hide any body movements. What do I do?
All right, now with a bigger person, I know it's just they move slow, where smaller people will move much more quickly. Is that a big difference, Ann?
That's pretty true. That the larger we are, the little bit slower that we tend to move with our body language.
Almost stupidly.
I wouldn't say stupid.
No,
large.
Yeah, it's just different.
That's my mistake.
Did you say snake?
Mistake.
See, Ann Warfield, I also have a horrible fear of snakes, and sometimes I feel that other people's body language is very snake-like. Like they're waving their arms or fingers at me, much like a snake would.
Interesting that you bring up snakes. I worked with a gentleman that he was in sales for $1 million equipment, and he had difficulty with closing the sales. And when we met and did the coaching and worked with him, one of the things he had a tendency to do is, as the questions got really tough, he would stick his tongue out and lick the corner of his lip.
Now that's snaky.
Yeah, it reminded people of snake and made people distrust him, so he had to learn how to stop that.
He would actually make snake movements, and then people wouldn't trust him?
Right. He would he'd just stick his tongue out and he'd lick the corner of his lip.
Like a snake in the grass.
Yeah, so it kind of gave that impression. And
I'm starting to freak out now. I couldn't imagine working with someone like that.
They can't get you from here. Right, Jan?
One time, my brother Greg was trying to sell his old jalopy, and then...
Please. All right, so you're saying even a person like Andre, who's 6'10" or so.
Bigger, 7'4".
All right.
560 pounds.
Big guy.
From Grenoble, France.
But basically, he's going to have to do the same kind of things that the rest of us are, right?
Correct.
As far as his body language.
A lot of times, I'll just stick my hand right up in the air, and that's body language, meaning I'm going to choke slam someone.
Or you could be calling a snake cat.
Why would I be doing that, Iris?
And if you ever wonder about body language and is it real or not, Think about the last few times that you've seen something on TV, like one of the president addresses or the debates between candidates, and then listen to the talk around the cooler afterwards. What are people saying when they go and get coffee? It's usually not the man they're talking about. It's the body language that they saw. It's not the issue.
We got a television with trading stamps.
Jen,
one
please.
time.
Jen.
The boys wanted a rowboat.
Let's keep moving along. Hey, Kenny, you're on with Ann Warfield from ImpressionManagement.com.
Hi, Kenny.
Hi, Kenny.
You want to pretend that we're robots or something? And I have a robot voice, but you guys don't, so you have to use body languages?
Just robot body languages?
Right. So pretend that you guys, like, always roll your eyes at me, but I can read them, so I punch you with my robot arms?
He has come up as stupid, but when you think about it, Ann, are robots in the future, will the body language be like ours?
That's a good question. I don't have any idea on what they'll do with that. But if you look at right now inanimate objects that
Do
are
they have a
created,
robot snake?
we try to create some kind of body language to go with them.
What about cyborgs?
Cyborgs? Now, is a cyborg half human, half robot?
Right, it does have robot parts. So would the robot parts actually have body language?
And why?
Yeah, it would.
In the future, I'm going to be an architect like my dad.
In the future, I'm going to be a robot.
And?
You guys got a great ventriloquist.
What? All right, let's go on to Charlie. Charlie, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you, Charlie?
Charlie, you're on?
Oh, no! That's still live in Popeye's body language!
Okay.
What the hell's that got to do with anything?
They don't eat snake, do they? Sometimes noodles have a snake-like appearance to me.
I got confused when Jan came on.
One time we knew these friends, Ken Kelly, and he adopted 3 kids. One Chinese, one white, and one black.
Jen,
I thought it would be
please.
a spin-off.
Jen?
It was going to be called Kelly's Kids.
Ann?
Yes?
When you're looking at body language,
right?
Some of the folks that I've talked to, it seems like what happens when they won't look you directly in the eyes?
Well, that can be a couple of different things. One, if a person won't look you directly in the eyes, it can mean that they aren't being honest with the information that they're sharing with you, and that's why they don't want to look at you. 2, it can be that they don't like the information you're sharing with them, and so they're breaking the eye contact with that. And the 3rd can be that they are just a very shy person or not comfortable around you.
Is that?
What if they had, like, laser eyes and they can shoot lasers?
Let's try to stay in reality, kid.
This is reality.
Your reality's nuts, and it's loopy.
Well, just pretend that this is reality.
You're loopy.
I think you're both loopy.
Let's keep moving. Jan, please. Let's keep moving along. Pharrell and Blaine, you're on.
Hi. I was asking about
We want to know about the body language. What we want to do is we want to go 100 miles an hour. Then people can't know what the body language is. We want to move our eyes. We want to turn our heads. We want to do it all, baby.
But
we want 100 miles an hour sports guys.
Forget it.
What was that?
You're still alive.
I got some duck.
Who was that?
It's ImpressionManagement.com. Ann Warfield, thank you so much for being on with us tonight.
Well, thank you. You guys have some interesting call-ins there.
Thank you very much. I'm going to hang up so I can listen now.
All righty.
I've learned a lot about dishonesty tonight. In fact, my essay that I wrote on American history, it didn't get the high score.
Please,
Combs did.
Jan,
And I'm going to tell
Jan,
everyone
it's
tomorrow
other
at
people's
assembly.
I hate Jan and I hate the cyborg kid.
What about me?
I like Andre.
I think Kelly Allen has some definite ideas.
She never answered my question.
I neither.
Or mine.
Same here. and applesauce.
Who is that?
Thank you, Ann.
Thank you. You guys have a great night.
Thank you, Ann Warfield. ImpressionManagement.com.
Great guest. Thank you, Al.
That was excellent. So informative.
877-692-1027. It's the Ron and Fez Show.
Ron and Fez. 1027 WNEW.
Black History Month comes to an end. 28 days and one Fezitorial. Well. Another Black History Month has come and gone. And I haven't seen 28 days seem this long since I had to sit through the Sandra Bullock rehab movie, 28 Days. You know, I've always wondered how many people who saw that crap fest actually started drinking afterwards, just to kill the pain. But what really Maya's my Angelou is the fact that people will now judge Black History Month on whether it was successful or not, when, like any other month, it's simply a combination of highlights and lowlights. For example, highlight: Alicia Keys arrives by limo at the Grammys and ties a record with 5 wins. Lowlight: Jason Williams allegedly shoots a guy who drives a limo, adding to his police record, and is facing 5 years. Highlight: film history is made when the Oscars nominate 2 African Americans for Best Actor. Lowlight: home film history is made when R. Kelly allegedly makes a video having sex with 2 women, one of them reportedly underage. As you can see, this Black History Month can't be defined in just black and white. For instance, lowlight: James Brown on trial for sexual harassment after being accused of grabbing a female employee and giving her a pair of zebra-striped panties. Highlight: James Brown cleared of all charges, and it only cost him $40,000 in damages and the cost of some zebra-striped panties. He feels good, she feels better. Lowlight during Black History Month: Oakland Raiders' Darrell Russell is charged with drugging and raping a woman. Police say they have film of the incident. Highlight during Black History Month: the film Black Hawk Down spends 3 weeks at number 1. Okay, now I'm just stretching to come up with highlights. But wait, here's one. Highlight: Michael Jordan and his wife decide to stay together and she doesn't take a bite of his $40 million. Lowlight: Mike Tyson takes a bite of Lennox Lewis's ankle and it costs him $20 million after Vegas refuses to reinstate him. But also, Iron Mike is cleared of charges that he raped a Las Vegas woman, punched a Hawaiian woman, and sodomized a New York woman. And I'm just not sure if these are highlights or lowlights. But, you know, this whole thing reminds me of growing up in Pinellas Park, Florida, where we always celebrated Snack History Month, a 30-day salute to Bugles brand corn snacks. But it was there that I learned how important Black History Month is to some people. In fact, Mother often discussed it out in the barn with our handyman named Boo-Boo. Mother was adamant about opening doors for the black community. She'd tell Bobo to open up her black door and put it in the black door, and how she liked it in the black door. You know, now that I think about it, she may have said back door. And that... Wait a minute. Mama's hiney got an owie. Anywho, congratulations, everyone, on a great Black History Month. Sure, there's always going to be the occasional rape, biting melee, and dead limo driver. But on the bright side, LL Cool J returned to the big screen and rollerball, so it really does all even out. So we can all celebrate Black History Month and know that there's one thing that truly unites us. The fact that we're here, we're queer, we will not disappear. This has been my Fezitorial. Thank you. Would you let Ronnie know that the Fezitorial replay is over? Ronnie!
Fezzy, that was great with all the different characters calling and throwing off that lady.
That was before the Fezitorial. You didn't hear the Fezitorial, did you?
I thought that was the Fezitorial when, Iris and Andre and everybody calls.
No, that's just one of Al's bad guests.
Ah, okay. Hey, if you were at our last big-ass night of fights, Fezzy, you saw a transformation that shocked us all. The big underdog, Billy Staples.
No one picked him to win.
Winning his boxing event, and his trainer is here.
Some people call me the Space Cowboy.
This guy turned Billy into a lump, from a lump into a mean fighting machine.
Amazing. Billy Staples had all the wind out there after 2 opponents.
Right.
And even ended up dancing a little Irish jig after his bout was over.
But not only that, was the only person to have any real boxing skills on night.
Yeah, Billy! Billy's number 1! Yeah!
And we all couldn't believe that when Steve Miller's here. How you doing, Steve?
All right, guys. How are you?
What did you think when you first met Billy? Do you think he even had a chance?
I always think people have a chance. You just have to take what their better skills are and hone them, and use what you have and try and work on the stuff that they don't. And
even Billy.
Yeah, even Billy.
No, I remember what you said to him the first time.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
And you did a good job of turning that around. Let's bring Billy in, too.
Staples, now!
Which means, Al, you have to handle the phones. Billy, when you first met Steve.
Yeah.
What did he do with you right off the bat? Other than beg you to stop trying to work out.
And knock the Danish out.
No, you know what I really do like about guys that work people out? They're always optimistic.
Yeah.
Oh, we can turn that around. Sure, you got no heart, no problem at all.
Right.
Let's get you in here.
That's a plus.
Oh, you have gills instead of lungs? No problem. Let's get you underwater.
We'll do some pool work. Now, with Steve, you said you always look at someone and see what they have and work with that.
All right, what does Billy have? Right
What does that have?
Spare tire. Now, I will say this. He's got heart. You know that out of everybody that night, he had the heart to want to do it.
I think that when I first met Billy, one of the things that really was great about him was he had a tremendous enthusiasm about what he wanted to accomplish, and he wasn't afraid. He wouldn't quit. I mean, there were a couple of times where I had him at the point where I thought he was going to have a massive heart attack, and he's like, no,
Nice.
It's okay. I can go another round.
All right, now, and I understand he didn't even work out as much as you wanted him to, right?
No, we really actually didn't get to finish the whole thing, but he obviously learned enough to take care of what he had to do.
Was it just a constant barrage of phone call excuses of why I can't be there today?
No, that's his job. That's his job. His workouts were a little different.
Billy was actually very enthusiastic, and if for some reason, he couldn't make it in or whatever, he would schedule for another time. He usually didn't cancel.
All right, how many people are you working out right now, Steve?
I train probably around 30 people.
Right. Oh. And when everybody trains differently, right?
That's correct.
Now, do you do all your training where?
I do a lot of my training at the New York Health and Racket Club,
right,
where I'm one of the senior trainers, and then I have my own company where I specialize in sports medicine and functional rehabilitation. I work with a lot of collegiate and professional athletes.
A lot of guys that blow their knees out and stuff like that?
Yeah.
What other kind of big injuries are people getting?
Stapling?
Yeah, was the stapling, was that a first for you?
That was actually a first for me. I was pretty impressed with that whole story. Actually, we get a lot of elbow. Actually, one of the most common injuries probably is rotator cuff, shoulder.
That's pitchers?
Yeah, you get pitchers. Actually, basketball players, volleyball players, even golfers wind up throwing out rotators.
Wow, I never knew that. When you get hurt golfing, that's bad. Yeah. That's right up there with a bowling injury.
Yeah. Steve was actually working on me during the commercial break. When we went to commercials, I got a weird dead hand. It all cramped up on me. Fingers went in. I have no idea, and the whole thing went to sleep. All pins and needles. And he was working on me out in the green room, and he said, I got a lot of loose bones in there.
Every time the girls come in, they always end up rubbing Fezzi's claw hands.
They're like if I was an older woman, they'd be like my bad feet. My hands hurt more than my feet do.
Why would Fezzi have loose bones? What the hell happened to him?
I don't know. It seemed like some of the carpals in his wrist, which are small bones, were moving around, which would mean that maybe, I don't know, maybe from playing football or doing push-ups or...
No.
Checkers. How about giving guys a reach around? Could he have blown something, giving guys a reach around?
Yeah, if it was in the right, it would be more in the shoulder. I think that'd be more rotator.
Right.
All right, now you actually reffed all the fights for us that night.
Yeah, I did.
You look at Joe Poo, young guy, great right, haymaker right, nothing else. What would you do with him immediately?
with Joe, I would the first thing that I would do with him would be I would shorten his punches and stop all the long haymaker stuff.
Now, you could actually shorten that by 5-6 yards.
Yeah.
That's how that punch was coming from nowhere.
Just from way down at his heels and all the way around.
That's true. They were, I mean, anybody who had any kind of boxing skills would have been able to counter those punches. Like you said, you saw them coming the week before.
Yeah. Now, when you look at Al Dukes, who was at the other end of that, and he's going to box again. He says he wants to train. The problem with Al is he's got that weak head. I mean, what do you do to train about being a person? Every time you get popped, you go down? I didn't even see the girls going down like that.
Well, you know, Al's thing is the first thing he has to do is he has to learn to keep his hands up and protect himself. One of the biggest things he did was once Joe hit him with the first right, he got scared. And then he was running scared the whole time.
He was petrified.
Right, and it was very hard for him to keep his hands up and try and take an angle without, getting hit again because Joe was chasing him down.
Right, here was some of the audio of Al Dukes.
Oh, I remember that from the first round, yes.
And then this is when I told him the fight's over.
That he was actually glad to hear. Practically joyful.
Do we have any of the Al Dukes Joe Poo fight, just so we can remember how quickly he kissed the canvas?
Yeah.
How quickly that kid went down. Now, you were rough in that fight. Even you were shocked, right?
Yeah, I mean, Joe came out, like I said, and he hit him with that first right hand, and after he did, when he went down, he hit him a couple of times, on the way down, and once he got down on the canvas, he was like, he was done. He was like, threw the gloves off, threw the hat off, it was all done. He was finished.
He was a woman.
We were all embarrassed.
So, yeah. All right, let's just hear how quickly this happened.
I love reliving this. Steve Miller's with us. He was refereeing the fight.
There we go!
The main event is underway!
Oh, Pooh catches him right up! Joe Pooh is rocking him!
Going for haymakers!
All right. If we could have any amount of time just to catch our breath.
Max Smelling held up better under Joe Louis. As how quickly, I mean, from the ding to, oh my God, he's catching him. Oh, it's haymakers. Oh, he's down.
And you hear the crowd roar immediately as Al hits the canvas.
Now, also, but like you're saying, Joe, unorthodox is the best way to put it. But a lot of kids fight that way and grow up that way. All we have is a right hand. What do you do about strengthening up the left and getting being able to use your left a little more, other than if you're in a hockey fight?
Well, I think one of the things you want to try and do is you want to try and teach people to be ambidextrous and not rely on one side. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that you tend to do is if you're right-handed, you tend to be really strong on your right. If you're left-handed, you tend to be really strong with your left.
All right, this annoys me. Why he's saying that, I see Billy Staples nodding like, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I understand. I know I have the training.
That's what worked for me, Ron.
Now, Billy, you're ready to get back in the ring again, right?
I can't wait. I'm ready.
Now, is there somebody out there that you want? Somebody you got your mind on, or are you open to any challengers?
I'm open to any challenge, but I'd like to fight Pooh for the undisputed title of the show.
Well, that's surprising, Joe. Yeah. I thought maybe you wanted to fight somebody from your personal life. Have you ever thought about that?
Oh, I'd love to.
Now, any chance you think he would get in the ring?
I could put the feeler out.
This is somebody that's just, let's just say, is a pal.
Yes.
Of your significant other. And they said that nothing more has happened. They're just buddies.
Yeah.
But you'd love to get them in the ring like a gentleman, right?
Of course.
I don't see anybody beating Billy now. I went from the fact of nobody could beat him till after that fight. I don't think he can be beat.
Not the way he's in here nodding along with everything Steve Miller says.
Plenty of room on the Billy bandwagon.
Now, I know that. I also know, Steve, that that Billy cut his stuff down. Shorter workout so he could get in the hot tub. He was even telling us. And I'm going, don't you need an hour of cardiovascular for somebody that's trying to build up that?
Well, a lot of what we did when we first started, and I was concerned about the situation, was I put a polar heart rate monitor on him, and I was monitoring his heart rate.
Polar bear.
And we would do time we would go, minute, and then eventually at the end we were doing minute and a half rounds. And he was able to pretty much, stabilize around like 168, 170, which is high, but it's not too high that, it's dangerous.
Where would he be that you thought it was dangerous if you would make him slow down?
Oh, anything over probably like 175 would be considered, that would be over 85% of his max. That would be really high.
First thing Steve says to me when we first met, he goes, I got to get my heart monitor.
Right, sure.
That's always nice.
I said that when you started working here, Billy. I always worry about them.
And my defibrillator paddles.
They're always good to have.
Now, most people you work out, you're not boxing with them, right? You'll work out.
Well, it depends, like I said, on what the person's goals are. I mean, I do actually do some kickboxing stuff and some boxing stuff with women that want to lose weight, because it's a great way to burn fat and lose weight.
Now, most people don't really realize, because all these guys, we cut it down to 1 minute rounds, and they were all saying from the beginning, oh, come on.
Right, yeah.
Most people can't go 3 1 minute rounds. If we would have done 3 minute rounds, after the first round, they would have been pissed at us, because that's how bad it gets. People don't realize how tough it is just to hit the bag for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, as a former kickboxer and somebody who's gone and had fights that were like 5 3-minute rounds.
Right.
You have no clue. I mean, when you're in there and you're keeping your hands up, you got your elbows up, your arms way, you're holding them up, and then you're constantly moving, and you don't get any rest. And there's nowhere to rest, because either you're chasing somebody else or they're chasing you.
At that point, what you should probably do is throw off your gloves and headgear into the audience and start to buy yourself some time.
All right, Billy, anybody else that you really think that is somebody you want to get in the ring?
Well, I'd love to complete all the people who picked on me last time. I'd love to get Horde King in the ring.
Horde King never picked on you, and he can't box.
Oh, come on. When we had the whole Paranoid thing, it was coming to Paranoid's defense and, ripping me down. I'd love to
Horde
get him
King
in the ring.
has back problems, and he's not going to box you.
You know he's not going to box you, and he's only ever tried to help you. He's always offered to talk to you off the air about your addictions.
Such an idiot.
It's just awful.
Hey, Frank. Frank, you're on Run the Fez.
Hello, Frank.
Yo, guys, what's up?
Turn your radio down.
All right.
The man in the skirt on the phone should have told you.
Yeah.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Guys, I want to tell you that J. Poo is the man, and I am glad that he knocked Al out, because I hate Al.
I can't imagine anyone not knocking out Al now, Fezzi.
Now it seems like toddlers could.
Right.
We'd line them up.
I think that he could lose the girls. I honestly do.
And we heard Steve Miller actually say earlier that anyone with any sort of skills whatsoever could have handled Joe Poo.
I'll tell you what I would like to find, Steve, and that's a girl, kickboxer, she can kick if she wants, that wants to knock out that Tuttle. He's in Florida now. But we need somebody, I would love to find a girl and just say, oh, it's just a regular girl. Have a girl come into the ring and just smoke his ass.
I got somebody.
Yeah.
You got someone?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Nice.
You wanted to plug your website, too. It's metamorphosis.com?
Mm-hmm.
Metamorphosis.training.com.
Training.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also, we should get a link up on that, too, Roy, so we can link that for people that would like to train. So if we ever wanted to train with you, it would be boxing training, cardiovascular. You do any weight training and all?
Yeah, we actually, I believe that training should be split up into 3 categories. It should be mind, body, and spirit all together.
All right, what is the spirit? What's the spirit part? Because I'll start there.
Well, I think with the spirit...
That must be the sauna again.
I think in the spirit, we're talking more about the fact that you have... the energy and a good focus in what you're doing before you start, so that your mind and your body connect and you're all focused in that same direction.
You think you can find us a girl that can knock out Tuttle?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a girl.
I kind of feel like
you think she'd be into it?
Oh, yeah.
After the miracle you did with Billy, I kind of feel like you're the trainer of the show now. And I'm going to trust you to find somebody, and we won't let him know. We'll bring him back.
Okay.
And just rock his world. Hey, we want to have some girls boxing next time, too. And you said you know somebody, Roy?
What do you got, Roy Hampton?
Yeah, I have a girl named Megan who's, she said she'll fight anyone.
How's she looking?
She's very small, very petite, very, very good looking.
Do you think she can fight?
I've never seen her fight, but I've heard that she can go crazy and
Yeah, well,
she'll
going
beat the crap
crazy
out of
is not going to
people.
always work.
She's a very tough girl. Very, very tough girl.
And she's coming to you asking you to fight? If she can fight?
It's one of my friends.
Do you think she can beat Tuttle? No, we saw
Yes.
your last friend, Jesse.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was an embarrassment.
Exactly. We're a little tired of booking your friends a boxing gig.
He went to the Bruce Lee School of Excuses.
I think she could definitely beat Tuttle.
Really?
She in shape?
Yes, she is.
All right. We should meet her.
Yeah. Because I don't know. I think it's very difficult for a woman to beat a man, if not impossible. But if it's a girl who's a kickboxer, and Tuttle doesn't know it's coming, and he's not training, and I say at the last minute, oh yes, and we can kick too.
Right, yeah. Just throw that out like Vince McMahon would.
Right.
Yeah. Oops.
One last thing. We can also kick.
And another thing, this is hardcore rules. And he goes through a table.
Right. Now, with the most of the kickers, do they throw more kicks than punches?
Well, in kickboxing, you have to land a certain number of kicks when you're in the round to maintain your point value. If you don't land a certain number of kicks, then you actually get points taken away.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, and can any boxer ever beat it like a good grappler? Once they get taken down, all those skills that they have, it's kind of useless, right?
It's very hard. Thai kickboxing is kind of designed about being in close. So you are in close, but you don't allow anybody to grab you.
Right.
I mean, once you throw somebody on the ground, unless they have some kind of skills of grappling, yeah, it's pretty much all she wrote.
So people didn't realize that until the Ultimate Fighting things, of how damn tough those grapplers are, and how quick that they can put somebody without the skills into some kind of a chokehold.
Right, you're
It's
just
frightening.
You're tied up in a crab move, and then next thing you know, your windpipe's cut off.
Billy, you might be grappling next. I don't know at this point.
Jiu-jitsu.
Now look at Billy standing there like he's John L. Sullivan.
He really is. He's
You
so
are?
proud to be in here tonight with Steve Miller's trainer.
And I'll tell you something. You're very difficult to live with now, Billy.
Why is that?
Since you won.
You're cocky.
Yeah.
Well, it just, this man's amazing. He made me into what I am today.
You wanted to fight Joe. You want to fight Horde King. You think everything can be settled in the ring. He asked his wife to settle their problems in the ring.
Oh,
She's like,
nice.
no.
Come on.
I'm not going to discuss this in the ring with you.
It's not going to happen.
I think it'd be the perfect place.
That's why I love the idea of the lady kickboxer, because boy was Tuttle thinking he was the cock of the walk.
Oh, my God.
Strutting around.
And you know something else about Tuttle that's so damn annoying, too? He don't mind blooding that girl's nose open and then hitting the other girl downstairs. Just catching her in the breadbasket.
Yeah.
I mean, I could never do that because I know, women's plumbing and stuff. You're going to punch him in the stomach?
She was spitting out O's.
Disgusting.
Yeah, she was not in good shape, and then he hit her on top of the head. On top of that, we almost had the ambulance people there with the...
Well, they were standing by. Thank God for that, Roy.
Yeah.
At all time. Did they check you out right away, too? You didn't break a sweat, did you, Billy?
Not at all. Not at all. I was doing jumping jacks, Irish jigs.
I know.
Yes. We all saw it. I couldn't believe you had the wind to do any of that.
Fezzy, and I'm going to be even better and stronger the next time, for whoever that is.
Yeah,
we
I
gotta
saw you
find-
fall off the stage and take the ring bell with you, Mr. Grace.
We got... Yeah. You were like an idiot once it ended, but inside that ring, and I'll say this, Billy was the only guy that had balance all night.
The ring is his home, Ronnie. That's
Yeah.
his backyard, not the Undertaker's.
That's
It's
my
his
moment.
backyard.
He wears it like shorts. Now you're talking tough now. He just
No.
called you out a minute ago.
We didn't hear nothing
I thought he
from
wanted
you.
to fight someone else. If he has no one to fight, I'll fight him. I'm not scared of him.
Please. He'll kill you, Joe.
He's got training.
Other than Al, I don't see you winning another fight. Maybe if I'm you, I'd be calling for an Al rematch.
Well, yeah.
When Earl's done with
You
him.
had no faith last time.
Didn't I?
No. You bet against me.
I thought I bet for you.
No.
All right, so I didn't win one fight all night.
I think I went 3-3. I made the mistake of picking Lobster Girl.
Lobster Girl.
Lobster Claws.
I know Ass Man wanted to fight Hard Rock Johnny.
Oh, right, yeah, kind of a sumo boxing match.
Battle of Bulge.
Yeah, right. Because Hard Rock Johnny claims that he'll never be stapled.
Really? What a thing to have to go around claiming.
Hey, with our friends, you know how many of them are stapled now?
More than we've ever known in our lifetime together.
Right. Every time you turn around, just got my staples. Like, what?
What are you starting the club, Billy?
It's the latest
Seems
craze.
like it, yeah. Billy, you were the first I met.
Oh, yeah, I was the first stapler that came around.
A year ago, I had only heard of the process. Now, running, I know dozens of staple folk.
Thanks to Billy, I was able to get my staples and still eat what I want and occasionally throw up.
If this turns into a stapled bar, I ain't hanging out here anymore.
Most bars are anymore, really, when you think about it. Most bars are a little stapled. All right. We will take a break. Steve Miller, we will have you back very soon to update us on different training. I know people want to use you. It's metamorphosistraining.com. That is his website. Check it out if you like. Find out what kind of training's right for you. Everybody trains a little differently, right?
Yeah, that's true. It depends upon what their goals are and where they're at, in their training. When I meet them, I kind of evaluate them first, and I talk to them a little bit about their goals. Then I set up a program that's, effective to get them to where they want to be.
But no matter who you are, you should be doing cardiovascular, even thin guys, right?
Yeah. I think everybody should be doing at least 20 minutes to 30 minutes, like 3 times a week.
No matter who you are.
Yeah.
Fezzy?
Dang. That includes me, doesn't it?
That includes you, buddy.
Does that mean running to the buffet?
No, that wouldn't qualify.
And running back? Away.
Maybe running back.
Yeah, right. Running from the cops should actually count. All right, we are going to take a break. When we come back, we got a brand new game show, Fezzy.
All right, well, check this out. Very exciting. 877-692-1027.
We're Ron and Fez.
Ron and Fez. 1027 WNEW. NEW.
This is the game show where you have to choose. Just pick the right door. The wrong one you lose. One can be ugly or really too big. Now let's play 2 ladies and a pig.
2 ladies and a pig. The brand new game show from Ron and Fez.
You don't mind if I don't understand this game show right off the bat, right, Fez?
No, I don't mind at all.
All right, how's it supposed to work, Joe?
There's 3 doors.
Uh-huh.
You got to pick.
I know we're pretending, are we, Kenny Allen? There's 3 doors.
Pretend.
All right, go ahead.
You have to pick the lady twice in a row. If you pick the pig, you're out.
All right, so there's 3 doors to choose from. You're selecting 2 doors.
Right.
If you find the pig before the 2 ladies,
you're out.
You're out.
Let me hear the song again. I want to hear the song one more time. Maybe I can understand that.
This is the game show where you have to choose. Just pick the right door. The wrong one you lose. One can be ugly or really too big. Now let's play 2 ladies and a pig.
All right. Hey, John, you're on the Fez.
What's up, boys?
Yeah.
All right, let me play some Lady and Pig.
All right, 2 ladies and a pig is the name of it, right, Joe?
Correct.
All right, so what's he doing now?
He has to select a door number, 1, 2, or 3.
Okay, go ahead, Joe.
All right, let me have door number 2.
Door number 2, you have selected Ernest Borgnine.
Oh, no.
That means he loses.
All right, there's no kind of and or kind of game show, pig sound or something. There you go.
There, right. You can do that, Joe.
All right, then we would have something for the lady, and then it's all produced. Hey, Scott, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Scott.
Okay, I'm going to go with door number 2.
Door number 2.
You have selected Britney Spears.
All right, so we made a very smart move.
What does that mean?
That means you get to select another door.
You're looking for the 2 ladies before you find the pig.
Okay.
So do you want door number 1 or door number 3 that are left over?
Let's go with door number 3.
You have selected Selma Hayek.
All right,
and he's a winner.
Nice. You got the 2 ladies, Scott. There's the winning cowbell.
I don't really know what I just did, but okay.
I feel the same way.
We love confused winners.
All right, let's see this. Well, it's confused. Host, everybody's confused. We'll try this again. Let's play the theme song. Maybe that'll explain it a little better.
This is the game show where you have to choose. Just pick the right door. The wrong one you lose. One can be ugly or really too big. Now let's play two ladies and a pig.
All righty.
Another round of two ladies and a pig.
I'm having fun now. Hey, Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, boys.
Yeah.
What's going on? 1018 here.
All right, buddy.
Can I say something before we get going here?
Yeah, sure.
I won the contest in October, Wrestlers in Heaven. I still haven't received my prize yet. I called Al Dukes like 3 times. He said, we're going to get something out to you, and nothing ever came.
All right, I'm going to put you on with Rory Hamptons. Rory's handling all that now, okay?
Thanks, man.
Rory's taking care of all that, and Al's counting Tic Tacs.
So,
you guys rule, man.
Unless you want some breath mints, we'll have to put you on with Rory.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
All right, Joe. Select the door, sir. 1, 2, or 3.
3.
Uh-oh.
Who's that behind that door, number 3?
Jones?
That would be George Carlin.
Oh, no.
All right, hold on. George Carlin is a pig?
Yeah, he's a pig.
I don't think anyone ever would say George Carlin is a pig.
He's a womanizer.
I guess according
No,
to...
he's not. He's been married to the same woman for like 40 years.
He pretends to be a womanizer.
Joe,
listen
he
to his
does
act.
not. Joe, is it like, I guess, compared to the two ladies, George Carlin would be considered a pig?
Well, compared to Pamela Anderson and Jennifer Love Hewitt, yes, George Carlin is a pig.
All right, but here's the situation. We don't know who's there. We just open up the door. There's George Carlin. He's being called a pig. Now, I think there would be a lot of people that would fit even into the pig category before we got to George. That's what I'm saying. It's the second game show. And already George Carlin is the pig. Not like I'm running out of the names. Let's just use George Carlin. What makes him a pig?
He's piggy looking.
He is not. Is his hair in a pigtail?
No. Yeah, sometimes.
It's a ponytail.
You idiot.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, guys.
Great
Mike.
I'd like to play the pig game.
Select the door. Number 1, number 2, or number 3.
Number 1.
Uh-oh.
Oh, crap.
This is so stupid.
I can't believe everyone's fighting the pig.
You have
Let me guess. It's Jeb Bush?
No. Louis Anderson.
All right. That
Okay.
fits.
All right.
Now I feel like we're following along.
Dang, Louie. Boy, that was right out of the gate that pig got loose.
Yeah, it seems like it happens a lot. Kyle, you're on Run and Fez.
Hey, Kyle. You ready to play two ladies and a pig?
Of course.
Oh, I feel like I'm being bombed. The blood's being sucked out of me.
Door 1, 2, or 3.
Let's go with 1.
You have selected Anna Kournikova.
All right.
Hold on there. Let me,
Oh, no.
Oh, she's hot.
All right, you found a lady. You got to find one more lady. And
3.
You want door number 3.
You have selected Alicia Silverstone.
Oh, no.
Personally, I would have given her the pig prize, but there we go.
I know.
Do I win something?
Yes, you're going to the big-ass prize closet, buddy.
Actually, we got some good stuff we're giving away in the big-ass prize closet.
In the big-ass prize closet, your prize could include a pair of tickets to the WWF coming to the Continental Airlines Arena on Thursday, March 28th. Hogan, Hall, and Nash make their NWO debut at the first Continental Airlines Arena date of the year. Tickets on sale now at the box office, all Ticketmaster locations, and Ticketmaster.com. Also in the big-ass prize closet, $25 gift certificates to Fitness Lifestyles located in Oakhurst and Asbury Park, New Jersey.
All right, so that's nice stuff. All right, ladies a pig. Fezzy, have you seen these reports that in October, they forgot to tell us that here in Manhattan, there was a warning that terrorists had a nuclear device that they were going to blow up in Manhattan in October.
Now, this is just downright frightening. So I guess when, Donald Rumsfeld or John Ashcroft from the FBI says, we're under a terrorist warning. Yeah. Everyone be extra vigilant on this day.
Yeah.
So back in October when we got one of those, it was a megaton nuclear bomb.
Right.
A 10-megaton nuclear bomb.
Now, you don't think they should tell us that there's a warning, not just a warning for the United States, but hey, New York, there may be a bomb there. Now, I was thinking back to this. I remember in October, and things were still crazy, that all the kids had said one day, suitcase bomb.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of kids did not show up for school in Manhattan on that day. And we're all like, kids, please. Now you're panicking.
Right.
Out of the mouths of babes, Fezzy.
Uh-huh. That's what we should have been looking for. Their U.S. intelligence said that terrorists, had smuggled in, they've obtained a 10-kiloton nuclear weapon from Russia, and had smuggled it into New York City. Now, the 10-kiloton bomb would have killed 100,000 civilians and irradiate 700,000 more and flatten everything in a half-mile diameter where it came from,
all right,
where
so,
it detonated.
Half-mile diameter.
Right.
Everything is flattened. Kills 100,000 people
instantly.
And another 800,000 people through being affected from. Why only 800,000?
I don't know, it's got 700,000 here.
All right, but 800,000 altogether.
All right.
But why, I mean, during the daytime, there's millions of people in Manhattan, right? Why only that many would get affected, I wonder?
I have no idea why you're getting the radiation there. I guess if there's, depending on where it was located, but you would think if you got it right in the middle of Manhattan, you're going to hit that many people. Plus.
Yeah. It seems like it would hit everybody. Somebody told me before that during there's like 1 million people who sleep in Manhattan at night. But during the day, I think there's something like 6 million people living and working in Manhattan. I'm not sure about those numbers.
Well, I also thought the half mile seemed low, too. That it would take everything out for a half-mile diameter. That it would be much bigger. That, Manhattan would be gone, the whole island.
Now, here's the other side. First of all, it infuriates me that we'd even let people talk this way. And us still just doing the same kind of stuff we're doing. Number two, should this have been on the local New York news that night? If you have this story, and even though it didn't happen, but it's not like there was a rumor, it seemed like the federal government believed that this was going to happen. Why not tell us and let us get out if we want to?
And let everyone decide for themselves. So, as part of the National Security Council, the counterterrorism security group, they said it was kept secret not to panic the people of New York.
I feel kind of panicky that you didn't tell us.
And Mayor Giuliani was taken out of the loop, and some senior FBI officials also.
All right, so no one told Giuliani.
Giuliani says he didn't know anything about this in October.
No one here in New York knew. No,
right.
Not our police don't know. Who were they going to alert this so we could have maybe prepared if we had to? Why wouldn't the federal government tell the city of New York, hey, be ready, have your cops looking for these people? Who's looking if the cops aren't looking?
Yeah. All we were told is, be very careful. Be extra vigilant. Look around. I mean, if we had known what we're supposed to be looking for.
Yeah, but they didn't even just say that to New York. They said to America. Everybody look around, yet they believe that there was a bomb in Manhattan. How about we don't have the people in Iowa look? How about we have the people in Manhattan look?
So it's amazing that this would be kept from you. I, personally, would have left.
I would have stayed, but I would have probably got my kids to go.
I think I would have definitely left.
I would have left Jersey. Please do that anyway, Joe.
That's a good idea.
You're living at your mom's house.
You should leave.
Here's Jimmy. Jimmy, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How you doing?
Hey, Jimmy.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
That half-mile radius thing sounds like way too small. I think the reason 9 Mile Island was 9 Mile Island was because the whole radiation blanket can travel that far.
That doesn't even make sense because I don't know. We don't keep people 9 miles away from every nuclear plant.
Yeah, I know. That's why I wasn't sure about the 9 Mile Island thing, but that was what I had heard one time.
Right, well, you're just taking silly stuff. We need people who know a little bit. 877-692-1027. The big question is, A, do you think that the federal government, if they know this, should tell the people where they're living? Let's suppose you hear, all right, they're talking to, they think there's a legitimate scare at Disney World. Wouldn't you think, hey, shut Disney World down that day?
Yes,
Let
definitely.
the people know who work there and who are vacationing there. Well, we're living here. We're living in New York. We have a right to know.
If a hurricane is coming into Florida, they tell people.
Right. Now, Most of the time, that hurricane doesn't hit.
Right.
Most of the time, they go, all right, you have a small chance of it hitting, but you know what? Board up anyway. Have water anyway.
Make sure you got your batteries and your diapers.
And believe me, I lived in Florida. 95% of the time, it doesn't go where they think it's going to go. It wings off and it hits Texas. But they got to warn you. You got to know. I don't know what this kiloton bomb even is. Do you, Fez?
No.
I mean, how big is it? Does it weigh a kiloton? 10 kilotons?
So a kiloton is probably 1,000 tons. So 10,000 tons of what?
Well, how are they going to get that into anything?
I think it means it has the force of 10,000 tons of like TNT or something.
I don't even understand that. Here's Jason. Jason, you're on Manifest.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah.
All right, I can explain this.
Good.
A 10 kiloton bomb is basically 10 kilotons of dynamite or TNT.
Okay.
All right, and a 10 kiloton bomb isn't very big. It's a tactical nuclear warhead. The big ones, yeah, it will take out, I'd say, a half mile to a mile and a half. It will flatten. The 100,000 evaporated, that's a little low because it is a bit, Manhattan's Manhattan. But if you know the big nuclear warheads that everyone's afraid about, that's going to go for 25 miles. That's huge.
Okay, so it's the fact that they say it's 10 kiloton doesn't mean it actually has to be that big.
Yeah, no, that 10 kilotons means what the equivalent to dynamite is. It's not very big. It's a tactical nuclear warhead. It's meant to take out small areas for the military use so that they don't wipe out an entire country, but they can take out a large army.
All right, thanks, kid.
Thanks.
Thank you for the call. So according to Time here, if this was detonated in Lower Manhattan, the 10 kiloton bomb would kill 100,000 civilians and irradiate 700,000 more.
Right.
And then flatten everything in a half-mile diameter from detonation.
All right, here is Rob. Rob, you're on Fez.
Hey, Rob.
Hey, how you doing, Ron and Fez?
Hey, buddy.
What can we do for you, Rob?
No, I was just going to say, all the local police departments know about any kind of threats or anything.
You knew about the nuclear threat in October?
I'm just saying in general, any kind of threats. You know,
well, we're talking about this one specific one that they didn't even warn the mayor about.
Yeah, but it might not be, a legit threat.
No, they're saying that the federal government believed that it was a legitimate threat.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is coming out
I was
magazine.
just to say in general, there's a bunch of threats that go out and different things, and they always let the police departments know about it.
Right, we understand that, Rob, but in this case, we don't think that they did.
Right.
I mean, you would have heard this one yourself, right?
Yeah.
All right, keep on the lookout for this nuclear bomb.
Yep.
All right, sit.
All right, have a good night, guys.
Yeah, the way the government put it in this article is they found nothing to prove that the information wasn't reliable, in their backwards way of stating things.
Hey, Joe, you're on Manifest.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah, how you doing? Listen, I'm a New York City police officer.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, half these warnings that the public gets like 5 hours later.
We're getting a little
I worked
late,
in November. We had no idea what was going on.
All right, now, what do you think, Joe? Should we have been warned? You as a New York City cop, do you think the public should have been warned that there was a probability that there was a nuclear bomb in Manhattan?
To be honest with you, if we warned the public, you'd have more problems than if actually anything went off, and just by what the report says, because the panic that would have went through the city would have been ridiculous.
All right, Fez, you said you would have left town?
I would have left.
Yeah.
I think if I had known this, I would have left.
Yeah, a lot of people would have left. But imagine 6 million people during the day trying to happen at the same time.
But 6 million people trying to get out of New York would have caused more problems than 100,000 killed instantly and 700,000 irradiated?
Well, I'm not going to say that. It won't cause more problems. You see people, loss of life. Good. But just look at the traffic and look at the amount of people trying to move around on a normal day. Imagine that if they had just a warning.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look what happened the day of the 11th. Everybody seemed to be, nobody was panicking and was leaving in an orderly fashion.
Walking across the bridges.
You know, and look.
There was a lot of panic because they shut down 3 bridges on the lower Manhattan.
And people walked.
Yeah. A lot of people, if you go up, because I worked that day and I was down there, and getting into the city, anywhere past 14th Street, people walk around like nothing ever happened. You know?
People, you mean above 14th Street?
Above 14th Street?
Right.
People, everything was going on like normal. You would not have thought anything happened downtown.
Yeah.
On the main.
Yeah. So, maybe maybe people are ready to just be able to leave an area without panicking.
Well, you get hope. You
Right.
you get hope. But this was something that people saw. So.
But also, I would like to know that the hospitals were being notified. I'd like to know that the schools were being notified. Why send kids to school if you're worried about this?
That the public got. We got the same notification. Be on the lookout. Something might happen. That's all we got.
All right. Thank you very much, Joe.
All right.
Now, Ronnie, didn't a month or so ago, or however long ago, didn't the San Francisco Bay Area get a specific warning that they might try to go after the Golden Gate Bridge?
Yeah, but that's a lot different than there's going to be a nuclear bomb in the middle of San Francisco. Because that day you could go, hey, let's stay off the bridges.
Right.
But everyone run out of San Francisco. And I don't know, you think people would have all just started screaming and running? But here's the other thing. People are already forgetting. People are already, if you even bring it up to people, we've done it on the show a couple times, and people are like going, hey, it's time we put it behind us. In the meantime, the president has formed this shadow government thing. Now, he ain't doing that because he's effing around. He's doing that in case they nuke Washington, D.C.
As we find that out, so that the government doesn't shut down, that it's out of the buildings that they normally work in.
And does this also mean we have a secret president somewhere? I don't even understand what
it seems like we would have a shadow president as well.
Hey, Rich, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Rich.
And are they real shadows? That's
up,
the part that
boys?
scares
I
me.
hope not.
How are you?
11212, buddy.
All right, my friend.
All right, the guy called up before and he said that the cops know, they notify the cops, and I'm a cop in the city, and I work for a unit that would definitely know, and we didn't know anything. We didn't know anything at all. And I mean, heroes and all that stuff, I mean, that's all great, and if something bad happens, nobody's going to run, but if you tell me, hey, possibility this month, me and my kids are gone.
Right.
There's no way, what am I going to go guard a building? Hey, they might nuke it. Let me go stand in front of it, make sure,
You would have got your kids out of here, and you would have left yourself.
So far gone, I've been running so fast. That's how you'll know. If the cops know, you look for me running down the block.
Rich, I'm right there with you. Please stop by and get me, because
I will.
Because at this point, I have no reason not to believe them.
Absolutely.
They attacked us.
All right, boys.
I have no reason not to think another attack, just can't happen.
All right, Andreas writes in, and they said, we should take this seriously. I think it's time you set up a shadow Ron and Fez show. That would not be a bad idea.
In Pennsylvania.
That's going to be Joe Poo and Ray Ray that are sitting at microphones at a moment's notice.
Ray got yelled at once and lost his heart.
He's looking into management.
I'd rather use Kenny Allen. I feel like I've seen him under pressure. Here's Jan. Jan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hi, Jan.
So, look what happens when we get a warning of, a flurry. There's no milk and bread in the grocery store,
People aren't going to be buying milk and bread if they think there's a nuclear bomb going off.
Just stop up the nuclear waste.
But
all we're saying is this. I got kids. I'd like to get them out
of what could really, the panic that could strike.
No, why would we panic if we said we'd like to get our kids out of the area? What is so crazy about saying we would like to get our children away? I'm not saying I would leave town. If I got a job to do here, and we don't know if it's 100%.
Yeah.
It's a warning.
Is that the thing, that if people leave, in people's eyes, it already equals panic? If people are headed south on 95?
Yeah, I just see, mass people piled up on the highways and it just being a total craziness to get out of the city when it's just not.
All right, now when we did not know how many more, bombs were in the city on the day of the 11th, people did not panic. They left. Those of us that could came here to the radio station. Hawk had to actually walk across the bridge the other way.
I totally know, and it was awesome. But I think, it wasn't. You know what I mean? I just think that if you had a warning that something like that is going to happen again, it would cause mass chaos, and that people wouldn't react.
Jen, here's the situation.
Rail their arms and
Jen.
Yeah.
We are all living under this warning. These terrorists are going to do something again. Until we get every one of them, they're going to do something.
Yeah, so I think we should focus our attention more on getting every one of them and just live our lives normally.
I think the fact of anyone who wants to live their life normally, when they think there's a nuclear bomb downtown Manhattan, is insane. That's an insane thing to say. That's a crazy thing to say. Suppose there's a burglar in your house. Would you want to live your life normally or get out of the house?
Yeah, but like, I know what you mean. And I would just pack my bags and just leave anyway, not living in fear of a warning coming on or like being told. So I'd rather just not know that live in ignorance, not know that anything's going on than to have these warnings. And I would just pack up and leave anyway, you know?
Well, go to a communist country. We live in a free country. We should be able to make our own decisions. It's like the government's not telling us certain things, so it's just telling us that just one way to live. We should have free will.
I know.
That's a ridiculous attitude to have.
Yeah. I'm confused about the matter, and I don't. It's kind of a very like freaky thing to live knowing. And now that you guys bring it up, I'm going to be paranoid forever.
Well, we didn't bring it up. This is in the papers, honey. I hate to tell you what's in the papers.
You wrote it.
I didn't read the papers today.
All right, so I should keep that from you? Because I will.
Yeah. I'll just keep it.
What if you had a fatal disease? Would you want to know you're going to die?
Maybe not.
She'd want to live her life the way she is. All right.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? I was wrong. There was no warning at all. Nothing ever happened, Jet. Let me play a song for you. You'll relax.
Oh, there was a big click.
Just live in peace.
There's the big click.
She didn't want to know you were playing the song.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll be right back. We're on a Fez show.
Ron and Fez.
You're scaring me. Stop it.
102.7 WNEW.
We're Ron and Fez, getting ready to wrap up this show.
Oh, we got another cop. Rick is on the line, New York City cop. How you doing, Rick? Welcome
Rick.
to Ron and Fez.
How you doing, Ron and Fez? Listen, what that other cop said, listen, none of us are ever going to run. We're going to look out for you, and especially Fez.
Oh, thank you.
All right? Listen, never ever worry about that.
The cop who said he would run as soon as he heard a rumor about there being a bomb around?
We ain't running. We're here for you.
All right. There you go, Fez. The cops are here for us.
I feel much better now, just knowing that much. I'd like a little more info in my life, though.
Rick, you think the federal government should alert the New York City police?
Should, and you know what? We heard nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing, and I'm sorry to say that to you, but that's the truth.
All right, thank you very much. I don't know where, Fezzy, they thought that would have been a bad thing to let us know that they believed. You know what I mean?
Right,
They're not saying we heard a rumor. They said they themselves believed that there were terrorists with this 10-kiloton bomb somewhere in Manhattan.
Yeah, it was their intelligence sources saying they got it from Russia and they got it somehow into New York.
So, I guess this bomb doesn't exist then.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping now, that the follow-up is that the information wasn't reliable.
Yeah.
And that they're not still looking for the 10-kiloton nuclear weapon in Manhattan.
Hey, Marcus. Marcus, you're on the Fez.
Hey, Marcus.
157, boys.
Hey, buddy.
All right, I just want to say that if you think the federal government knew of an imminent nuclear attack, they wouldn't already evacuate. I mean, what if the government knew about 9/11? You think they would have left them in the World Trade Center?
I would hope not.
Because if they knew that there was going to be a nuclear bomb set or even a remote chance of it really happening, they would have evacuated a long time ago. They're not going to just leave millions of New Yorkers there.
Marcus, understand this. They thought the threat was there. This is coming from them, not from us. They said, we thought there was a very good chance that there was a bomb in New York. There was not.
And when they put out that terrorist warning in October, that's what they were talking about.
Oh, God.
All right?
God bless us.
See. So
yes,
he turned around.
Everyone.
He's gone, they would never do that. Yes, they told us.
They're the ones.
Yeah, it's not us saying it.
We're finding out all this stuff now, the shadow government and everything.
Hey, John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, John.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
What they're talking about, I think they should have told at least the mayor. But if they, in that instance, if they said there could be a nuclear bomb in the city, you'd have 6 million people leaving the city to deteriorate. No form of government, nobody run the city.
Do you not think those people have the right to choose whether they want to get out or not?
They do, but in that situation, I think they could have beefed up security, could have talked to the uppers. Say they told all the cops. One cop tells his wife, it gets out, everybody leaves the city.
All right, let me ask you this, John. Who is looking for this nuclear bomb, if not the New York City police? We have all these cops out there trained to look for things, right?
I'm sure there was, like, the FBI. I'm sure there must have been people in the city looking for it.
You hope. You're sure based on what, John? We've been told nobody was alerted, including people in the FBI.
Right.
Now, if senior people in the FBI don't know, the guys on the street don't know.
Right, you have a point.
At this point, I feel
That's
like
why we're talking about it.
At this point, I feel like I was left for dead.
Yeah.
That, we hope this doesn't happen, but if it does, sorry.
Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Steve.
You're saying that you don't like it that people want to bury their heads in the sands and all that.
Yeah.
And that is true. But I mean, what would you do? What are you gonna do? Look for a nuclear bomb? How could you react to it?
I would have left.
I probably would have gotten my kids out of the city at the time.
You gotta
They
just
don't
run
need
to
to-
Missouri or something.
They don't need. Well, I have relatives other places, but at that time I was already going over it all the time with my family. Do I need the kids here right now? I'm pretty sure there would have been no reason for me to leave, and as long as I knew it wasn't definite, I probably would have stayed.
But then it turns out to be bogus, and you feel like a total putz, you know?
I would be okay. It's like saying, do you feel bogus if there's a fire alarm goes off and you leave the building and there's no fire? I'd rather have that feeling when it comes to my family, and at least I want the choice to make.
But they can't tell you everything that they hear, too. I mean, they hear. I'm sure they hear.
I don't want to hear everything,
a lot of stuff.
But if they believe, like we hear this report, they believed that there was a bomb in New York, I'd like to know about it, and then I'll make my own decision.
They believed it enough to put out a terrorist warning.
Yeah, I don't know. Can you imagine? First of all,
Steve,
if they put that word out, you wouldn't be able to get out of this town because it'd be a 20-mile backup on the GW Bridge.
And all those people would have the right to leave, though, Steve. What do you think is worse, a traffic jam or getting as many people away from a nuclear explosion as you possibly can? I don't know why everyone is afraid of traffic jams. What's the big fearful thing there? We've been in them before.
I think people are really equating traffic jams and people wanting to leave the area with widespread panic.
Yes, I don't see people leaving like they did in that Jaws movie, pushing kids off rafts. They didn't leave 9/11 that way. Everybody left orderly.
Everyone thinks that you can't leave the city or attempt to leave the city without it being screaming and looting.
Hey, Jason, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Jason.
Hey, how you doing? I have clients in the Empire State Building and the Chrysler Building.
You're doing very well.
Oh, thank you. Just clients, though. I don't work there. But in October, one day, it was only one day, but I can't remember which, but it was around the time of the terrorist alerts. They were evacuated out of the buildings, but never told why.
Right. Yeah, that happened a lot.
Yeah, there was constant threats where people were evacuating Empire State.
Right, but they were never, I don't think anybody there seemed to know why, so maybe that, I don't know who instigated the evacuations, but it could have been the government.
All right, thank you very much.
I think it was the Helmsleys.
Your clients. I don't know what kind of business you're in, but they're crazy. Well, anyway, it looks like we dodged a bullet in October, Fez. Yay!
Hooray, a big 10-kiloton nuclear bullet.
I don't know what all the details are. I guess we'll find out sometime when we're very, very old. Hopefully that's the way we'll find out.
That'd be nice. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 o'clock.
In the meantime, the shadow government is always watching.
The shadows know. We'll be back after O&A tomorrow.